Warning. Warning. This is not a test. This is not a test.
Welcome to greatness. Welcome to sadness. Welcome to craziness. Who will tame the tricky Pocono Raceway? Find out now as we welcome you to the Full-Length Cup Challenge, live on Maconi Entertainment.
From the simulators to your screens, this is the pinnacle of iRacing competition. Welcome to the Full-Length Cup Challenge. Witness the dedication, the strategy, the sheer speed. The show starts now.
Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Full-Length Cup Challenge. Tonight, we head to the Pocono Mountains to Pocono Raceway on iRacing to see how drivers fare out for our second race with the new aero package here on iRacing. Maconi Entertainment is here to bring the action for all types of racing. We've got the Go Longer Racing Series, the Full-Length Cup Challenge, and Fast Fridays. No matter what you are racing, we can bring the action to life. My name is Chelsea Prince of Bonds. On the booth for tonight, once again, is Kirk Mills. DJ Lyons working the controls as a producer. Using cameras provided by Whiplash Simcams. Tonight, we're at Pocono. So we make our way forward in the schedule after an intense and furious race at Auto Club. Tonight, we get ready to see how these drivers fare out for the race before the in-season tournament.
Oh yeah, we're all excited to come here to the Tricky Triangle. These guys, all these cars that are out here practicing right now, they got themselves a whole lot of anxiety about this race. We had a crazy start to last week. Long Palm, Pennsylvania, great place to go. A lot of live, a very beautiful racetrack. It's going to be a lot of fun to see these cars go around this racetrack and hopefully get through the entire race with a little less anxiety than we had last week. A lot of chaos early in last week's race.
Pocono, one of those racetracks where teams have had to battle the setup to be able to learn what they need to do here for tonight. So far, 10 different drivers have locked their way into the postseason with victories. Again, they must have run 12 races and finished in the top 25 to qualify for the championship. Paul Hill, the latest to join that list last time out. That moves the cut line to Sean O'Brien Jr., 77 over Bobby Anderson. A big leap in the cut, and it puts a lot more pressure on Anderson, Komacheski, and several others to perform tonight.
Absolutely. They got a lot of points to gain it back, and right now they can't even get it back in just one race. Most of these guys, all the way from Bobby Anderson on down, they must win a race. They at this point, they're going to need to win a race. They can definitely catch back up in points if they're able to beat Sean and Cameron multiple times. But the thing is, these guys from 11th to 16th, they must feel great. Just get top 15s the rest of the season and you are covered. Don't need to worry about a thing up until the point when we start having more and more new winners. I mean, take a look at that board. We had 5 different drivers that have won at the most twice. Nobody's had more wins. We saw Paul Hill here last week. He got the job done after 200 laps. Wonderful race run by that 26 car. Able to get the job done, win his first race of the year. And now he's going to try and do a double here today, trying to get his second win. Join that list of 5 to see if he can be that 6th driver on our 2-win list. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. And so many drivers are out here ready to drive. And a lot of them even came down to the Xfinity race here yesterday. And they tried to do a lot of racing down there as well. Stages here today are going to be 35 to 90 laps. You see that there on the left side with tire limit around 70. 7, pardon me, not 70, that'd be crazy. Race length, 160 laps. It's going to be a lot of fun. Isn't that right, Justin?
It's going to be extremely fun to see how these drivers fare out and see who's built the best setup. It's one of our smaller grids of the season, however. Not too many people coming out to Pocono. 35 taking part today, so not even to the point of where in real life we'd be having a full chartered field here in the Pocono Mountains. Interesting choices by some. I know some had some conflicts coming in. But we get set to go here for tonight. The drivers now getting ready for your starting grid. Amongst those 35 competitors, Derek Heitman will lead them to the green tonight. Andrew Dyson starts in second in this field. Next to him will be Clayton Hoffman, and Jonathan Delaney will start in fourth this evening. Ralph Hutchinson and Lucas Hoytsma amongst the top 6 in the field. They'll see if they can work together in the draft with Adam Menafield alongside Carl Dodson. Great qualifying run for the 9 machine, one of his best efforts, if not the best all season so far. Right at the top 10, Cameron Stone and Matthew Lawn will round out P10 here, Kirk.
Starting in 11th today will be Neil Pearson from Australia. To his outside, got Paul Hill trying to get that second win this season. We got Nolan Hodgson sitting there in 13th. 14th will be Bobby Anderson, owner of the league. Starting 15th here tonight will be Robert Miller, and to his outside, Hunter Truel sporting that Maconi setup shop. Beautiful looking Toyota. After that, number 17 is going to be Sean O'Brien Jr., otherwise known... Oh, yes, that's right. Sean O'Brien Jr. To his outside, Matt DeCiani in the 4 car. Starting in 19th here tonight will be Stephen Williams from Australia. And to his outside is the guy who, pretty dang cool, got Brandon Hastings starting 20th tonight.
21st goes the way of Billy Brickley. It'll be Jason S. Taylor starting 22nd. 23rd goes to Matt White. He makes an error start. Been running part-time so far this season. Evan Mesnard. Different paint scheme for him tonight. Starting 24th. Thomas Komacheski returns to action. He'll start alongside an error driver with a different look. Chad Sanner will look different here this evening. Next to them in the running order will be Tyler Hunter 27th. Stoney Benfield will start 28th. 29th goes to William Owens, and Tanner Marty rounds out your top 30.
31st will be Cliff Mullins. 32nd, Chris Davis. Starting in 33rd tonight will be Daniel Llewellyn. To his outside, Devin Medeiros. And our final starter of the night will be Dustin Hall in the 1 car. After all that, this is the shortest field we have all season. 35 cars. A lot of guys had conflicts. We're either in the Pocono area for the races, also doing some stuff with the ARCA teams. I've seen a few guys not here this week. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how well these cars do. I mean, we're going out of the tunnel turn now into turn number 3. We do not have a turn 4 here at Pocono. It's going to be a lot of fun. Doubled up through this formation lap. That pace car is going to keep on going up until they get to the start-finish area. They're going to dive off, and we're going to get this thing underway. 35 cars all ready to go here from Long Pond, Pennsylvania. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. Here we go. Pace car is going to dive off into that pit lane. Here we go from Pocono. Green flags in the air. Buggity, buggity, buggity. Let's go racing, boys, from Pocono. Let's see it. Down into turn number 1. It seems like the inside line got a big old jump at the start of this one.
Good time up by Heitman off the green flag. They rumble 2 by 2. No one really forcing it 3 wide through the field to start things off here today. Thomas Komacheski, of note, did start from pit road. But going to be hard to make passes here. That's one of the main emphasized points. It's going to be down to setup and skill to be able to make some moves as Heitman controls things with the tunnel turn. That outside line going to be important. Dirty air is still a huge factor at Pocono.
Absolutely right, but right now those tires are cold. You got to hang on to the race car. It might be a little loose when you go through turn 3 for the first time today. Look out. Up front, looks like that we got the outside line working for somebody there in 3rd place. He thought about making a move, didn't quite make it work. He's taking a look now at that 92 car. He's trying to get right behind that 97 that we all know, Lucas Hoytsma. Trying to follow on down the straightaway. Got some side-by-side battles with Cameron Stone and Robert Miller. You got Nolan Hodgson here again this week in that 12 car. Remember, for the first handful of weeks, that guy was just a couple colors, but now he's got a really nice-looking paint scheme. He's doing his best he can. As it looks like up front, Dyson is trying to make a move for 2nd.
No dice on the move as you see some of those side-by-side building up the pack. And amongst those drivers having a lift hard for the arrow. That sets up a run for the first time. Robert Miller to the inside. Right up 3 positions off the jump. One thing I've noticed here with the hotter temperatures, though, these tires, if you push too hard or run the wrong line, may start get snappy coming out of the corner here with the bumps. These drivers are going to have to hold on to a couple of these competitors if they haven't got the preparation down after lap 4.
You're absolutely right. There's a bump right into turn number 1. 15 car just hit it. It's right in that second lane. It's about a lane up. And if you hit that bump just right, it could get the car unsettled and get you out from underneath you. But you can see it's single file throughout the whole entire field. And it's going to be like this early on. A lot of these guys just trying to save some tire, make it to the end. Not to mention the drafting model make dirty air extremely difficult to be able to navigate. So with that in mind, I mean, when we see a guy jump out to the bottom like we just saw Bobby Anderson do, trying to get on by Hunter Truex, it looks like he's going to be side by side in the corner. Once you're in turn 3, they'll be taking different lines, top, bottom, middle, whatever you can. Dyson just got passed for 3rd. Lucas Hoytsma moves up a spot just like that, and he's going to get a shot from the back bumper of Dyson. He's going to give that 97 a shot, try to catch up to the back bumper of Delaney, who just set the fastest lap of the race so far, down into 1. I mean, here in 1, they'll enter in the same line to a point. And once that point happens, you'll see some choose to go to the 3rd lane, some choose down to the bottom. There's a lot of different places you could run in Pocono, but what we're coming up to right now is our tunnel turn. Yellow flag's out. We got 2 cars, 4 or 5 cars spinning in the back of the pack. It's Dustin Hall in the 1 car. You got the 48 as well, sitting the wrong way. That is Tyler Hunter.
We're under caution for the first time tonight. Remember what I just talked about, droppers getting loose, lap 4? The number 60, Jason S. Taylor, just sparked the stack up by getting loose, coming out of turn 1. This was something where it was a struggle in hard conditions in practice sessions. And now, we say that coming to play. Mind you, the official races this week had temperatures down in the 80s. We're at 107 track temp here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too hot compared to last week, but what it looked like is that 60 car got loose. That's what I was talking about. You get into the corner just at the wrong spot, you hit the wrong bump, that car gets sideways, and it sure did. And then behind him, the 10 car had to check up and to avoid hitting him, and he ended up hitting him anyway. Worst off, I think, is going to be that 10 car of white. You got the 1 car with a little bit of damage in the 60. But that 48 doesn't look like he's hurt too bad. I mean, it looks like he just got a little bit of scuff. He did a really good job of trying to avoid it, though. I got to give him some props there. He did everything he could, but he was stuck in a position where you can't really move. That 1 car kind of a little overcorrected out to the outside wall, got Stoney Benfield involved in that one, and hopefully they'll be able to get that damage repaired and get back out there to be able to try and compete for a win.
You see the issue with Dustin Hall. Looks like he tried to check up. And one of the danger things, if you turn right, it swerves right on you. Hard contact for the 1 machine. But nobody got mandatory damage repairs in that incident. So everybody should have repairable damage here at Pocono still. A lot of these teams take a long time to be able to catch up to the pace car.
So,
And looks like we're playing some games already as some people nearly hit the barrier.
no, they're going to do that all day. They did that in the Xfinity race too, but you're going to see the back 20 might come down, top off on some gas or something like that. You can see it right here. Jedi Taylor, he's coming down because he had damage from the crash. Just to give you a full list of all those that were involved in that incident, you had Jedi Taylor, you had Matt White, a little bit of contact for Evan Mesnard. You had Tyler Hunter involved in that one. The 94 Chad Sanner was also involved in that particular incident. Another one would be the number 70, the Stoney Benfield. And, of course, Dustin Hall receiving the brunt force of that damage. After all those, nobody else had any contact throughout that crash. Very small contacts here and there, nothing out of the ordinary. But hopefully these guys will get their damage repaired and get right back out here on the racetrack to try and compete again. Great job by most of the back of the field to try and avoid and miss them. They checked up right way. Some of them did, and that's a good thing. We want to see that more often.
So Matt White, Chad Sanner, Tyler Hunter, Stoney Benfield, William Owens, Daniel Wallen, Devin Medeiros, and Dustin Hall all taking lengthy pit stop services here. Their first caution period. So a lot of people picking up some sort of damage, it looks like, or tire spin. I will see them lose their track position. Interesting enough, One of the drivers who picked up wall contact, who did not take too much time in the stall, Jason S. Taylor, he only had 15 seconds. And remember, tire fall off not that big in officials this week here as you see your biggest movers. Kirk, some of these drivers are already able to make 7 positions up, but these drivers in officials haven't seen fall off hit more than a second in some cases so far this week.
That most certainly is true. I mean, you got to think about it this way. It's track position game. You want to be up in the front. Whatever way it takes to get to the front and get there. Once you're there, clean air is king. It's going to be best for you. These cars are going to do everything they can. Those cars that took a longer pit stop, that could be a multitude of reasons. But when you're in the back of the field already and there's there's no hurt, I mean, it makes the caution period go by faster. I've seen drivers just choose to sit in their pit box after getting a full tank of gas, sit, wait a few seconds, and then once they feel comfortable, they get back out on the racetrack, full speed it all the way back to the back of the line, and then it's already like a corner to go before green. So I've seen that before, but everybody on this list here, you take a look at the most positions gained. You got Tanner Marty, Cliff Mullins. These guys and Chris Davis, all these guys are running 23rd, 24th, and 25th. These guys are in the back of the field. I think they just made passes on those that either came down pit road, made passes on those that were involved in the incident. But, I mean, I got to tell you, Cliff Mullins and Tanner, I mean, it's really cool to see Cliff out here racing this week. I've noticed he's starting to show up more and more as we go. And I want to keep an eye on that 82 today. I have a good feeling about Mr. Cliff Mullins. He has a really interesting attitude, interesting, how do I put this, personality in the race. I happened to speak with him yesterday. Has a lot of energy for a man like that, and I'm just excited to see how well he can do. We're on board with him now. You can see he's got a long way to go to get through this whole field. And you got to remember, track position is king. So if we're going to get through this field from 24th, the best way to do it is just don't make mistakes. Don't overdrive at the exits of the corners. Get a good run. Don't overdrive entry. Just try your best to be able to get out of everybody's way, find clean air wherever you can, and get to the front. But I do like seeing that car out here this week. It's good to have him back. But up front, Heitman destroying the field right now.
So let's try and see how things fire off here. Our pit stops already, 25th on back. Stage coming to lap 35, which is about the fuel run, give or take at the long end. Off and away we go. Derek Heitman gets the launch. Able to clear on by the 6 of Jonathan Delaney, already to the outside as the majority of the field tries to file in.
Looks like the top 2 do, but the third place spot is still under grabs. You can take a look at that. That 97's trying to bottom, but that 41 of Dyson's trying to make the outside line carry some momentum, and it will. It looks like Hoytsma might lose third. Oh, hang on to that race car back there. Holy cow. Hang it, save the car, buddy. Holy cow, he slammed on the brakes. That's last week's winner, Paul Hill. He saved the race car. I thought he was gone. I didn't think he had a chance to hang on to that car. Take a look at this right here. Going off the corner. He's a little loose, trying to save it. Hang on to it, Paul. He's going over the bumps, slamming on the brakes, and he just decided, you know what? It's better to lock it down and not cause the big one than it is to just go to the back of the field. So he made a very smart choice to be able to hang on to that race car. Up front, though, not much has changed. Still Heitman, Delaney, Dyson, and Hoytsma. Hoytsma dropping back 1 spot since the restart.
So that's going to see things reshape for him. His tires now going to be buzzed the rest of the way, all behind those who have pit except for Dustin Hall. But no attempts to make the pass from Delaney. In many cases here, I've noticed, Kirk, you have to make the pass from the high side, which is easier said than done. You can make the move if you have a fast car like Miller here in terms of speed and confidence, if you can handle the bumps. But a majority of the time, using the outside seems to be the way to work. To be able to get that run for the long straightaway, use the side trap for the outside, get the run from there. You're attempting to see Delaney use the side trap, though, inside. He's trying to make things work.
And it is going to work. He's down on the bottom of the 76, comes down to try and side draft him. They're going to come back up the hill. New fastest lap for Hoffman back there in the 6th place spot, but side by side for the lead. Dyson wants to hop in this and make it almost 3 wide, but Delaney's going to make the pass. Yesterday, Delaney had the lead, and he was running up front most of the day until it crashed just like that. Right behind one car, spinning into the infield. It is the 9 car, Carl Dodson.
Caution flag is out, so the move made for the inside, interesting enough. So Delaney takes the lead right before the caution flag on what the Fortis car of Dodson goes for a slide. Let's take a look.
He didn't hit anything. He just went for a spin. Let's take a look. He just got a little loose on the exit of the corner. You see it step out. He holds the brakes, gets slowed down, gets off the brakes, which is so smart. So many drivers would stay in the brakes and just hit that inside wall. But he let off with the wheel turned the right direction. That thing looped it right back around. And he did a good job. If we can get an onboard of that guy's wheel input, getting an onboard, this would be great right here. Let's take a look at Dodson. You're going to see exactly the right thing to do. Whenever this happens, you can't always predict it. He's on board here, going off the corner. He gets behind the 12's wake in just the wrong spot. He loses downforce, and he's turning to the right, lifts, gets back on it, and then just spins it. He doesn't hit anything. So that's going to bring out a caution. But this is going to be a huge break for Paul Hill. It's going to be a big break for Dawson. Obviously, he does not want to have any of this damage. He doesn't want to have that happen to him. But the fact that he didn't hit anything is the best thing. And a caution came out. That is rare to be able to just spin and get a caution. He got really lucky there. As I think people might consider come down pit lane, not for tires. No way would they come down. We only got a certain amount of sets. I don't think that they're going to come down and get tires, but I think that they might come down and get some gas. Maybe not in the top 10, but we'll start seeing some in the back 15. They're going to play games up front, though. I guarantee you. They're going to come down close on the front straightaway, really close to those barrels, and then just pull right back up. I think that's what we're going to see.
We'll see. I know there's people requesting shortening the cautions. That's how quickly some of these drivers want to get back to racing. Dustin Hall with the lucky dog this caution flag. And it looks like Blaney nearly drives to the barrier. The rest of the field keeps on going. We do have pitters, though.
Yeah, I told you, back 15. You're right, Mesnard. There you go. He was back even further, I think. Where was he running? Last time by Mesnard, he was sitting back in, let's see, where was he? He was back in 20th, so about 5 spots off. That was close enough. Back behind the 15th spot, most certainly coming down. I don't think he's going to get tires, though. He's going to lock him up. Let's see, no tires. Oh, he does get tires. That's a little interesting choice. All right, little strategy, back 20s. Is that 60 car doing something similar? I don't see it. Paul Hill, though, I think he has to get tires. He kind of heated those things up. Oh, yep, he's getting tires. That's smart. Dodson should be doing the same thing, and he sure does. So you can see those tires going on those cars now. They're going to be pulling off here, and once they're done, they'll get back in the racetrack, and they're going to have to save it set somewhere. They're going to have to try and make this set last longer than they're supposed to, or the set after, or whatever. They're going to do what they can to try and make these last longer, but it's going to be interesting to see if Paul's able to come back after this, considering that he won last week. He had a lot of speed, and we know he's fast, but we'll see if he's able to come back from this adversity later on in the race. If you're going to make a mistake like that, it's best to do it early. That's the best thing you can do. But it looks like out of turn number 1 is going to be trouble corner for everybody.
So, get set to go next time by to set up for the restart. Falling on board right now with Dyson. So far, it's been a good season for him. We've seen him pick up a win earlier in the campaign. A couple times been in contention for wins after all, in general. He's been very good for Dirty South. He's been the person running things for that team, it seems, on pace in 2025.
And on strategy. That's how he won his second race of the season. You got to remember, he won Circuit of the Americas. He is one fast character right here. At number 41, Carl Dodson gets an EOL. Not necessarily there. He's already in the back. But he's from Australia. That guy right there, he's got a lot of speed, Andrew Dyson. And he's good on the road courses, which is similar to like what you'd see. It's very rare to have NASCAR guys be 100% good at those road courses, but road course ringers like Dyson ends up doing really well. But he also plays strategy really well. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I think it was Nashville. Not 100% sure, but I think that was the track where he played some fuel strategy and he was able to get to the end and last longer than everybody else on that race. And he did a wonderful job picking up a second win of the season. So he's one of the 5 that's won 2 this season. He's up in the front this week. He's fast. He's got a good car. Now His main goal is just get through this first stage, second stage, and then just be there at the end. That's everybody else's goal as well, but you got to keep your track position. He's in a great spot. No mistakes from here on out for Dyson.
We'll see right here.
I just heard a lovely quote I got to share with you. Adam Benefield just says, if you touch me, I will say a cuss word. And there's a rule in this particular league where you're not allowed to say anything in terms of swearing on the radio. So, and if you do, you get your chat muted for the whole race. It's kind of like a little inside joke between the drivers. But I'll tell you right now, Benefield, he's in a good mood today. I think it's going to be interesting to see where he ends up towards the end of this thing.
So just about ready for the restart. Once again, your front runners Delaney, Heitman, Dyson, Hoytsma, Hutchison, Hoffman, Lawn, followed by Pearson, Hodgson, and Miller. So far, it's been tricky to make passes. Delaney's at the speed, though, for the inside to side draft the 76 and pull him on back. He gets the reward of being a control car here for the restart. Green flag is out, back on our way. Delaney not able to clear yet. Heitman timed it up very well. Dustin Hall somehow picked a black flag up on the restart. I believe he passed by a car, had an issue on the restart. But Delaney able to make the move, passes by the 76.
I think they might clear that one car's penalty, so we'll have to look at that a little later. He was trying to let the 30 car of Owens go. I think that they're probably going to have that cleared. We'll have to take a look. But up in the front, everybody's gotten single filed out for the most of the top 10. It looks like going all the way back to Stone and Hodgson. You can see there side by side right now that Coors Light car on the inside, and of course on the outside you got the 12 car trying to make the top line work. I always said, you said earlier, that the top line is not the line you want to make passes in. It's the line that you have to make passes in, or something like that. I tell you, on the tunnel turn, if you're going to make a move, you got to go to the bottom in tunnel turn. But the other two, you're absolutely right. You want to go to the top. That's the way you're going to be able to get any sort of speed. And just to confirm, we did get Dustin Hall penalty cleared. It was just a gridding error. It wasn't him getting any advantage. It was 100% cleared. So he's still sitting in the back of the field, 35th right now. I think he's one lap down. He's the only car one lap down so far in the race. He had a lot of damage to repair, so he sat down pit road to get it all done. As we are now have this long single file train throughout the whole field. You got Delaney, Heitman, Dyson, Hoytsma, Hoffman, your top five currently.
This is where it gets tricky. Bobby Anderson nearly looped it. A lot of wiggling from the bottom of the racetrack, and he's getting freight train. As said, there's that top line coming in. A couple people. Hunter Truell made a pass. Sean O'Brien for the outside trying to make a pass. Looks like he'll be able to get in line in front of Stephen Williams.
I've always found it interesting how everybody chooses to run that top line. I know it is faster, but only because of the draft. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how they're able to, in the corners, it kind of looks similar to like what you'd see at Auto Club or something like that, where everybody spreads out to different lanes like we saw last week. But only in turn one. Everywhere else seems to have their own favorite running position. You can see right down the back, it is single file for most of this field. Everybody, except for the cars that are too wide. We still got that battle with Nolan, who has the fastest lap of the race now. He's about trying to get to the inside of Matthew Long. Did not pay off that particular time. Both these drivers are winners. They already won this season. They're trying to get another one. We're looking back at Bobby Anderson now running behind Sean. We're on board with him now. You can see he's got a long way to go. He's just outside the top 15. It looks like his car's running really tight off turn 3.
Yeah, a lot of people have noticed are in the dirty air where it's so easy for the front end to just take off on you and pull you right into the wall if you're not careful. It's so easy for that to happen if you aren't careful on the throttle. Anderson Amonso's being careful on throttle. Right behind O'Brien, you see him running 17th still.
Right ahead of this, you're going to end up taking a look here. I think that there's a pretty interesting battle happening right behind this 5 car right now. They got Matt White trying to make a move on Tanner Marty and Paul Hill. He just barely squeezed in a hole that didn't exist for a few seconds. Now 3 wide into turn 3 between these guys. Got White, Hill, and Marty back here for 20th. These guys are racing really hard, almost like it's the end of the race. But remember, Paul Hill, he had that spin, and that's why he got sent to the back, and he's just trying to make up his ground. He's stuck behind these two guys, Tanner and Matt, who are side drafting. Very aggressive for Matt White. He almost turned that 29 car. He backed off after he made slight contact, but not enough to spin him out, and it looks like Matt might get the job done. He's going to slide up, and now Paul Hill's going to try and make a move on Marty, but Marty's going to have a big old run down the back straightaway, and he might make a move as well. Remember, we're going to try our best to get you the best views of the best battles on track. It's just that right now, up in this area, there is nobody up front that is battling. Everybody up in front of this is single file. I haven't seen anybody dive out of line, so we're focused on the battle is wherever they're happening. Right now, Paul Hill trying to make his march to the front is the best thing we got. So here he goes down to the bottom of the racetrack of Tanner Marty. And it looks like he's going to make that pass work here on the bottom in turns 3 and 4, which is really good if he's able to make it stick. He's got a fast car underneath him.
Able to slip on by Hill. Still a -10 since the slide. And from his original starting position, he's the third highest
Fifth.
out of those who have pit. Yes, there he is for 5th. Ralph Hutchinson now battling. Clayton Hoffman on the outside. Oh, wow, Lucas Hoytsma also tries to give some pull to the 8.
I found it interesting that he came down like that. I know they're teammates, which is probably what it is. He's trying to get them all to draft he can. That 8 car dove it in deep, though. That 92 holding his end on the top part did not hit the wall, but, man, he is still inches off that wall. He's not even giving him a chance of being able to say he's doing too close of side drafting. They're keeping it good and clean. Up front ahead of these guys, too, we got Dyson trying to make him, Hoytsma trying to make a move on Dyson. So now we're starting to see the front end starting to make some moves, but it's very difficult to make the job done on the outside. On the inside of turns 1 and 2, and 1 and 3. Hutchinson did a masterclass right there. He got it right on the right rear quarter panel and side drafted him to slow him down. I don't think that was necessarily the right choice, considering how big of a gap they just created in front of him as well.
That's how much the side draft can really factor in some of these fights.
Medeiros, head on into the wall, back off of turn number 1. He's sitting sideways on the racetrack. No caution as of yet. He is trying to get the car back going. It looks like he had a little bit of loose. He just spun out of turn number 1 there. Let's take a look and see what happened. That's trouble corner, man. He was in the back of the field running 32nd, 33rd, something like that. Last time he crossed the stripe. And, it looks like that he's just a little loose. And he helped? No, he just lost it. Yeah. And then he tried to save it, locked it up, couldn't do anything, and he just had a bad angle when he locked it up. There's not much you can do about that. Front end damage, he's going to have to come down and get it fixed. But that is going to not bring out a caution. He's going to try and stay out as long as he can on that car. We'll see if he's able to hang on to that race car from here on out for the rest of the night.
Still see if he's going to be able to get the damage fixed. Should be able to next caution period. Oh, wow. Oh, taking some air off the spoiler. Miller nearly hitting the back end of Pearson there. Launched on the radio, popped up after seeing that. They'll all try and fan out the different lines, trying to find some clean air.
Yeah, you're right. Pearson's so loose. That's 62. He is trying to hang on to that race car. I mean, I'm worried about turn 1. If he was that loose in the tunnel turn, it's going to be loose whenever he's going through that turn 1 exit. I mean, let's take a look at Pearson as he comes through here. I mean, it looks like the 41 still trying to hang on to the 3rd place spot. He's going to do it, but let's watch this 62. I think he's going to get slightly loose here. Let's see. Is he? Nope. He hanging on to the race car. He's driving a little calmer now that he's got that 15 car behind him off his back. But guess what? 15 just got a huge run. He's going to make a move in the tunnel. But up front, you're looking at it now, Matthew Long. You can see, up front, Heitman. Something just happened to the 76 of Heitman. He just lost 3 spots in one go, just like that. I think he may have gotten really loose or tight on the entry to the tunnel turn. He was side by side with Dyson, and the 76 just tried to hang on to the race car, but he had to lift to avoid making contact with Dyson. And the 76, because he lifted, lost 3 spots.
And now has to reset. Wonder if there's a little bit of air involved with how close they got it. Say the very least. There goes Heitman just streaking down to the inside in response. Not able to get the pole on the 97 with that send attempt. The top 11 have broken away from the rest of the field by more than a second, by the way, for the respective pack. It's starting to spread apart a little bit here. And interesting enough, according to Hoffman, amongst the drivers we see on screen, if the tournament was to start today, would be the top seed based on the projections. Patrick Gitter would be second, but he's not here tonight. Jonathan Delaney, who's already opted out, would be third, with Lawn and Dice in the top 5. So remember, it's Michigan Auto Club Pocono in terms of points scored that sets the seeding for the 32 cars that will take part in the in-season tournament.
It's a very confusing system, I ain't gonna lie. NASCAR themselves are doing it as well, but take a look at Hoytsma, speaking of battling up towards front. 41 car in the 97, he's going to try to do some side drafting here on the 41. I don't think it's going to work that time by. You can see there's still some side-by-side battling in the back of the field, but that in-season tournament's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out. I mean, it's an idea, it's a concept. We'll see how it goes, if it's something that's fun or not. I mean, they're just trying to make something a little more interesting is all. I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about next few weeks whenever that goes into initiation. But take a look at DeCiani trying to make a move to the inside here of that 57 of Cameron Stone, trying to make that car work. It has a lot of grip in that 4 car on the bottom of the racetrack. He was able to get right on by Cameron Stone without even thinking about it. He just gone right on by. That 5 car behind him as well, side by side, across the stripe, just a little bit, a couple spots back. He just lost a lot of momentum, put right back in behind a 71. Single file again, but up in the front at 76, he ain't happy, by the way. He came over to radio and said, well, I guess that's one way to make a pass. It's a little nonchalant way of saying, hey, I don't like the way you hit me there going through the tunnel turn. So it's going to be exciting to see if he's able to get back through this field in that Toyota. But look at Ralph Hutchinson making a move to the inside of the 92. Okay, he had to back out of it, and that's going to have Neil Pearson catch right back up. But he had to lift, which is going to make that 15 car, Robert Miller, make a run on him. He's going to be side by side with Miller into turn number 3.
See that move once again. Elwers Benamonso's making some runs to the inside. He's not been great in qualifying, but the Altus machine has been good in race pace. There's that side draft factoring in, and there's that suction able to pull back the 62. Miller on the send. Will not clear though. Just doesn't have the run to be able to pull forward here. He has the ability to side draft, but not enough to actually make the pass here.
I don't think that, I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but there's a very small chance it wins. If you make a move like that and you're side by side going into a corner, there's a very small chance it might work. He might lift, let you through, hang on to that car, buddy. You're very loose. We all know that. But the 5 car just hit the wall back there, too. He hangs on to the race car. Look at the 12 car, Nolan Hodgson. He decides that he wants to take that. Nolan Hodgson trying to make that outside line work. Use a little bit of that outside wraparound grip, and it's going to work out for him. I think that 62 is going to lose a spot to him, and Nolan's going to move up a spot. But when you go into this corner side by side like these guys are, what you got to be thinking is, okay, there's a small chance this works, but a big chance that I lose a lot of time. So you really want to get single file before you get to the corner. If you do dive it in there, you got to dive it in deep. That's your best chance, but we got a caution on the racetrack.
Caution flag is out. Wrong way around for the 70. Puts center yellow with under 10 to go in the stage. It's running 30th, 31st spot, give or take. Let's take a look.
It looks like him and Evan Mesnard are battling pretty hard through the tunnel turn. He makes a move on the 73. He gets on by. That 73 is going to have a run out of turn number 3, and that 70 car just got loose, and he's trying to save it. Does he hit anything? Does he hit the end? He does. Oh, man, that's not fun. I hate that attenuator, man. That stuff always, when you hit the barrels, it's just like, oh, man, I thought I had this thing saved, but you hate to see it. That 30 car got a little loose. They're battling pretty hard. We're looking on board with him now. He gets on by, dives it in deep, and Mesnard's going to be on the top. He's loose. He's sliding up. Mesnard clips the back bumper, gets him a little more loose. Couldn't save it. At this point, you want to let off the gas and roll it, but remember, he didn't let off the gas like we saw earlier with Carl Dodson. In this case, he stayed locked in, which is normally the right thing to do in some cases, but right there, that little attenuator's in the wrong spot, and it just didn't work out for him. So he's going to be able to get that damage repaired. It doesn't look like he's turning the wheel any worse than he had before, so no toe damage, I don't think. I'm looking on his M car right now. It looks like his wheel's pretty straight, so he'll be fine.
So they all get grouped up here. We'll see if anybody tries to flip the stage or if anyone just tries to keep the track position for the points here. some interesting opportunities for strategy here with the fall-off ban for drivers at full speed. Still, for some, being within half a second of their personal best, the average over the past 5. The past 10 average within 4/10.
I mean, that's wild to me. I mean, these cars are supposed to be burning off tires. That's something that we need to be able to do. Have a car that has enough horsepower to be able to do that. But we're coming down to the end of the stage. Do you pit? Probably not. I wouldn't do it. I mean, but you could. Yeah, you could flip the stage like that. If everybody pits, then yes. Some will choose not to and some choose to. I mean, just like that. You see split decisions throughout the field. They're cutting that thing in half. So close. So some guys chose to come down, some didn't. But up front, you see it right there. Delaney chooses to come on down pit road and lead a large group of them down.
So Heitman amongst those who stay out for the track position for the stage points. Gonna be an interesting time now for a lot of these teams. Oh, Dyson, how did he pit that way?
Yeah, it was odd. I saw him do that. He actually locked up the rears as he was turning to the right. So he was, like, how do I say this? Take a look at the replay of this. It's actually kind of cool to watch him do it. He locked up the rear tires when he was angling his car already, and the momentum was shifting in that direction, and it just slid that way. I mean, it looked pretty funny. Take a look at how he did this right here. It's pretty fun to look before this, about 20 seconds earlier. Let's see. There we go. He's coming down pit lane. Everything's fine and dandy in that 41 car, and golly, I just think it's so cool that you can do this. What you're supposed to do is you crank the brake bias all the way to the rear tires. You want to get them all the way on the rears. You don't want to put them on the fronts. You'll ride a splitter all the way. But you see, he locks up the rears right here, and it just slides it in, which is kind of a cool thing. Evan Mesnard in the 73 with the meatball. What just happened to the 73?
Not quite sure. You see the pit stop finish up, but the 73 ended up just having, apparently, this is a new one. I've never seen this before. Race Control has sent the 73 to the pits due to connection issues. That is a new one.
The entire chat is putting W in the race chat. The drivers, we got Heitman, Hoytsma, Delaney, Heitman, all these guys are saying W for win. Like this is the first time that this is a good thing happening. And the leaders saw this happen. But I cannot believe what I just saw. So with that in mind, he's going to be in the pits. He's got to try and fix that connection, and he'll come back, I think. We'll see him back again. I don't know if he's going to come back or not, but he's got that connection flag is what they call it, I think. So will he be able to come back? I don't know, but you hate to see it for Evan. I mean, he was having an okay day. He made a little bit of contact on that last caution, but, I mean, I don't know. That's the first time seeing one of those. Mesnard's back on the racetrack. He's sitting in pit road now.
So, first time the connection flag comes out, and obviously going to be a surprise to him. His connection still trying to stabilize. He had an EOL penalty for Chad Center as well. So the 94 will start at the tail. So we get ready for the restart. The drivers who stayed out this caution flag include Derek Heitman, Clayton Hoffman, then Nolan Hodgson and Matt DiCiani, Hunter Truell and Bobby Anderson, Stephen Williams also risking it. Matt White also stayed out with Thomas White, Tower Hunter, and Tanner Marty. So 11 staying out here. 5-lap shootout. Do you have your bubble wrap ready is the question. We might see a lot of contact.
You know, I never understood the concept. I mean, I don't think I had bubble wrap in my house in a long time trying to protect something when I'm shipping it, but that ain't really much of what's going on right now. Oh, man, I don't know. I mean, it's in a good spot. Lucas Hoytsma and Delaney, these guys are going to try to come up through the field, and Tanner's in a bad spot right now. I mean, Tanner Marty, he's trying to get a better starting position, but he's kind of stuck. Cole Macheski as well, Tyler Hunter, these guys are going to need a little bit of a miracle. But up front, here we go, Hoffman. Heitman gets a good jump on the outside. Everybody else does not. You could definitely see some tire spin further back in the field.
Back it away, and now we'll see how fast some of these drivers on the fresh tires can get their way through. Points has already picked up a spot down the straightaway. It's 3 and 4 wide in the heart of the field. Hoytsma cuts through the middle. Able to get alongside Tower Hunter. Again, he is the first driver in the pit stop window to cut his way through here. And he's able to make some ground here. Now in the stage point as he tries to time things up for the tunnel turn.
Yeah, the leader of that last run, Delaney, just did not get a good start there. It looks like that we see these guys still trying to hang on to their race cars up in the front there. They are trying to get through. Lucas Hoytsma, he made it through 2 cars so far, Tanner Marty and Tyler Hunter. Tanner Marty just hit the wall slightly. Huge checkup for that outside line. Inside's going to have the advantage there for a few seconds. But Hoytsma, Hutchinson, Hill, by the way, great recovery. Look at Hill where he's at. Great job. They all got by Delaney. And with that in mind, I mean, Delaney's going to try and get on by too. I think Hill's just trying to hang on for dear life for where he is. A lot of hard battling here up towards the back, but up in the front, do we have anything at all? It does not look like it. Single file all the way through on back until you hit side-by-side battle between Hill and Delaney.
So a lot of battling now starting to form up for some of these drivers here. Hutchinson and Munstow's trying to move their way through. RHM, Munstow's rolling the dice on this strategy, at least are in the points. Life going to cycle to the front here, depending on if they're able to keep it clean for the next few moments or so.
I mean, this is a smart decision to stay out, I think, for the points here. You can see Matt DeCiani. He's on old tires, and he just ran the fastest lap of the race. I mean, that's amazing. He's on a really old set of tires. He's still out here running fast laps.
Yeah, that's what I said. Not too much fall off. And this is one of those racetracks that's almost like a super speedway in terms of approach. I'm seeing why some of those think about it this way in terms of the feel of their cars here. And now we come up to 2 laps to go on the stage. Had a black flag, Daniel Llewellyn just came over the session previously too. Pit lane is closed though. So they rest the field. Single files out to close out the stage.
I mean, I'm not sure if Hoytsma was able to get even to the top 5. I mean, he's pretty far back. I mean, he's back in 9th right now. He's struggling to get by the 98. That just shows you how important, track position is going to be all day. It's going to be an interesting one to see. I have no idea. I mean, you really need to get to the front, and the only way you can do it, I don't think you could even do it on a racetrack. I mean, you would have to have a monster of a car underneath you on a long run to even get a chance to try and do it on the racetrack, as we get a caution on the racetrack.
Caution flag is out, and it is Carl Dodson for a second time. Benign Machine spins it out again, and he's having a hard time.
Yeah, he got loose off the turn, out of the tunnel turn, and he also collects the 81 again for the second week in a row. Dustin Hall also involved, a little bit of right front damage for Brandon Hastings in the 81. Not that 81's fault. I think that 81 actually got clipped and got sent up into the, let's take a look at that. If we take a look from behind the 81, we'll have to see. Yeah, I think that 81 had to make an evasive maneuver, maybe some net code or something, but he made contact with the 9 car. It was a very unfortunate hit. I hate seeing that because you know that 81's quick. He's a good guy. He's just unfortunate that he keeps getting involved in other people's messes. And, I mean, how do you get that loose in the tunnel turn? I mean, we hadn't seen that all week, and I hadn't seen that in a race all week. That thing just really lost underneath him. Like he drove it in deep, and it did not stick at all.
So, this should be the stage here. Heitman, DeCiani, Hoffman, Truell in 4th. Hodgson, White, Anderson, Hoytsma, Hutchison, Williams. The top 10 as they run here. So we end up lap 35 here this time by.
Williams, so freaking happy for him. Take a look at that. He gets some stage points out of that. That 98 car. That's awesome for him and his team. He's going to be absolutely thrilled. Everybody's going to come back in that didn't go in last time. They're going to definitely come in this time. So now with that in mind, more and more people are going to choose to stay out because they realize, holy cow, if we saw DeCiani on the longest stint of the entirety of this race, if we saw him run a fastest lap in the last run when he had 20 lap old tires, that tells you all you need to know. I mean, that tells you that tires will not matter today. It's 100% on strategy. Get to the front. If you can get up there, don't make any mistakes to lose it. That's all I can tell you. It's going to be one of those races. You know, you can't make up ground on the track. I mean, the car doesn't have enough horsepower. The tires don't wear out. I mean, it's not going to be a race that's going to be won out on the racetrack. I think it's going to be won on strategy and in pit road.
Let's take a commercial break. Ivan in front's the first coming out of pit road. He'll restart 15th. You're watching Maconi Entertainment for tonight's coverage of the Full-Length Cup Challenge.
You want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's coverage here from Pocono. Lucas Weitzma up in front for this field. Ready to control things with Ralph Hutchinson, Matthew Long, Jonathan Delaney. Billy Brickley is now in the top 5 along with Neil Pearson. Ready to go up to lap 90 for this stage. Green flag is out. We're backing away from Pocono. Clean restart, no issues. Rest of the field keeps on chugging along as Hoytsma takes off to turn 1, 2x2 behind.
Into turn number 1, take a look at them. They're all spread out there on the bottom 2 lanes of the racetrack. It doesn't look like anybody's trying to make that top line work on a restart. I think that's something we might see tomorrow, though. That's going to be a lot of interesting to see how the real guys go out there and do the same thing. Anyway, what up front, looks like top 4 have all single filed out. Take a look. Matthew Long showing pretty good, but that 44 Brickley, man, he got a little up and out of the groove. Trying to hang on to the race car. He's side by side with Cameron Stone now, trying to hang up to a top 10 spot. He's currently sitting in the 8th place right now. Brickley's all over the back bumper of Stone, though. I think that it's good to see that 44 car up here towards front, though. I mean, like I said, he's one of those guys every week in, week out I kind of root for. I like to see if Billy Brickley's able to do anything crazy on a racetrack. I think he's kind of like an up-and-comer is the best way to put it. But you got other cars up back here trying to make their way to the front side by side. William Owens, another guy like that. I mean, that's cool. He's sitting 12th, trying to make a move on the outside of the 60-car Jedi Taylor. You got Heitman back there. Remember, Heitman, he was leading this thing. He won the stage. He's trying to get back up through this field, and he's stuck right now in 13th spot.
Able to slip his way on through as a result here. So Hyman also is making his way through the traffic as you take a look still at O'Brien amongst those trying to settle in after a minute's worth of repairs his last time down pit road. Car's clean though. The RHM entry seems pretty solid right now in the running order.
Look at that, who's in 11th right now. You see that right there? Dustin Hall, he was involved in 2 accidents in the first stage, and he's already back in the top 15. That just shows how fast it is to be able to come back from an accident, get back up through this field. He's sitting 11th, just on the cusp of getting a top 10. Got 3 wide back here. Take a look at that. That's Nolan Hodgson trying the outside line. He's stuck outside top 15. He needs to get a little bit of a groove on to get back up towards the front. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it on a racetrack, though. Like I said, it's so hard to pass. These guys have got a lot of struggle they got to do. And look at that. He's trying anything he can to get... Oh, my gosh. 3 wide, top side. It worked for him. What a move by that 12 car Nolan. Making it 3 wide. He's going to make it work. And he's going to gain 2 spots out of that, as it looks like Paul Hill's going to follow him through.
Able to slip on through as a result there as they keep on going. Take a look at some of the others. This includes Glennon Hoffman right now running 16th. So the fresh tires help a little bit. The tough thing is actually making these passes, it seems. Because right now, last time by, 2/10 quicker was the 92. Problem is, not able to build up the run to actually make the pass. A lot of the side-by-side is back in the 20s.
I think that this is going to have to be a race where you're going to have to at least mess the car with you in front of you. You got to change your mentality. This is no longer one of those races that you're going to have 1.5 mile, 2-mile racetracks. It's not even the old classic Pocono we all used to know, where you burn off the right rear and you lose the race that way. That's how you lose spots. People up front would burn the right rears off a lot faster than those in the back of the field, and then they kind of accordion together at a certain point in the run. What you're going to see in this race, I think you got to think of it as a short track. Even though it's a giant track that it is, you got to think about using your front bumper. That's the only way you're going to be able to move someone up and out of the way. You got to do it lightly because you're going faster than you would on a short track. Normally you can knock them up and out of the way, but right now in terms of passing, if you are on the bottom, you got to use the door. You got to use a part of your car and move them out of the way. It's the only way you're going to be able to make passes in this car at this track. It's just going to be very difficult to do it otherwise unless you send it in there and burn your tires up.
That's right now the tire management game so critical when it comes to long-term running in this package. Right now, Taylor way outside. Hudson also took a poke. Couldn't get anything done. Almost swooped down into Hoffman, actually. Got so tight it was loose. Coming off the corner.
Yeah, you can see it right there. The thing is, you can really run any of those lines in turn 3. You got that really high line. You can get a really great run heading down the straightaway, and you hang on to your position a whole lot easier. If you try to make a move down to the bottom and your guy on the outside chooses to go to that 3rd lane, it's caution. Back out again. We have another wreck. You see it right back there in the back of the field. Multiple cars. Hard hits to the back of the field. Kumachewski involved. You got Tyler Hunter on fire, smoking. You got the 94 Chad Sanner and the 32 of Daniel Llewellyn back in the back of the field making an accident. Oh, we hate to see it. Let's take a look and see what may have brought out that particular incident. You see Williams there. He got 10th in the last stage right in front of Chad Sanner there. Chad Sanner goes a little wide. Still wide. Oh, up in front of this. Oh, huge crash. All right, we're going to have to take a look at that. I think the 88 is going to have a good view of that. We're going to have to see what exactly caused that one.
One of the BMP cars, Thomas Kumachewski, went around. He was the spark that ignited everything. Keep an eye on turn 1. Remember turn 1 bumps? He hit them.
You know, man, I hate seeing that, man. We saw so many guys lose a race car right there. He locked him up, and he came right back up into traffic, and he collected 5 or 6 other cars. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. He got loose. And I just hate to see it. So many cars that were running in the back, just, you know, out of turn number 1, it is extremely loose on a setup that you're trying to make go fast. I mean, you got to have the mentality, if you do get sideways, keeping the gas until you're out of the way. And that's the way we saw it earlier. We saw the 9 car do that. We saw the 73 car do that. The fact of the matter is that 48, innocent bystander, heavy damage front. He's done for the day. There's no way he can come back from that. I hate to see it because Tyler Hunter's such a great guy, and he has a lot of speed in that car. He's just got to get to the front, like I said. But look at him. Where could he go? There's nowhere you can go. It was nothing he can do. He was in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and that takes him out of the race. And he's going to be done after a mistake by another driver.
Absolute chaos. Hastings able to drive his way around everything.
Great drive, Hastings. Holy cow, isn't that right? Can we get on board with him from behind the wheel? Yeah, I think we can do that, can't we? Look at that again from Hastings' point of view behind the wheel. I think that'd be pretty cool. Let's take a look. Remember, this guy, he actually works for a Craftsman Truck Series team with Corey Heim, a winning team. He's sitting there. He sees the car get loose. He's got to check up. Where's he going? He's going to the bottom. Oh, I ain't going to do it. He goes over the bumps. He misses it entirely. He must feel on top of the world after that one. Oh, it probably feels like the best race car driver ever, to quote McFarlane there. I guess missing the big wreck like that. He did a good job.
So pit stops for a lot of drivers. Pearson, Anderson, Medeiros, Marty, Williams, Millens, and many others like to come down for service here. It's on the right side of your screen. Your lucky dog this caution is Evan Mesnard. DNF so far, Hunter, Dodson, and now Benfield. Let's take the opportunity to speak with some of the drivers if we can here, as we are pacing around here. So, Lucas Hoitzma is currently the driver up in the race lead. Let's see if we can chat with him. Lucas, so far in this race, controlling things up at the front of the field after flipping the stage. 10 laps led. How are you feeling in the race car?
I'm feeling great. This is the most fun I've had in this car in a very long time, and it's not just because I'm up front. This track and this car, it's completely different and completely more fun than it used to be. So I'm having a ton of fun. Having this clean air definitely makes it way better, and a lot of race left to go, a lot of the stage left to go. We're going to see how this unfolds.
So one of the major things we've seen last week was, for a lot of teams, difficulty with the setup side of things. How have things now adapted for this week, able to get now a full week in terms of setup now, in terms of learning this new build?
Yeah, definitely a big swing for us in the RHM camp. We've completely changed how we look at this car, and last week we said we were driving an F-250 is what we compared it to, and this week we got a rocket ship. So yeah, there's been a lot of work this week. But thank you to Ralph. He's put in a lot of time. A lot of us have put in time, and it's been a grind, but I think it's paying off right now.
So what's the approach now for the rest of the stage as you control things here?
Keep clean air and hopefully make the right call on the pit strategy.
Why don't you get back to the rest of your team?
Thank you.
Lucas Hoitzma up front. Set controlling things with Jonathan Delaney next. Hudson and Lawn, Benefield and Brickley, Miller and Stone, O'Brien and Hall, rather Heitman, believe. What's your top 10? So, a lot of communication over the radio. People are keeping entertained. The track temperature is at 104. Was at 107 to start this race, so it is getting a touch cooler out there in terms of that and increasing grip levels.
Yeah, we're going to see that going through a tunnel turn right now. I just got to tell you right now that that wreck took out a lot of guys, a lot of cars that were in a good position there. They're just trying to make it work, get to the end of stage 2. We might talk to one of them at the end of stage 2. We'll see. But right now, what I can tell you is these guys all lined up ready for this here restart. Lap 47. up in the front, of course, these guys are going to like the way the race cars are driving. But once you start moving back to the back 10s, 15, even further, they are not going to like the way the car's driving at all. That is a promise. But that 97, no complaints. Absolutely none. I like to hear it. So we're going to have this restart.
Green flag is out. Great restart for the inside. So the RHM 1, 2, 3 controlling things out front. Hudson still trying to clear by Lawn. Much of the field just trying to single file out already up towards the top. So far, the Chevys 1, 2, 4. Lawn not able to get the pole. Benefield able to at least get alongside Brickley and keep it side by side.
Exactly the right thing to do, but Brickley, man, trying to hang on to a top 5 spot. He's going to have to dive it in a little deeper than he'd like. He's going to know that 83 is going to be there on the bottom. He's going to make it work. Hey, he's still keeping up there. He's still trying to keep it side by side. He's going to have a little bit of a side by side run here heading into the turn 3, but it looks like that 83 might slide up as Brickley's going to be able to have a good run on the exit. He'll slide into 6th place spot just like that. Up goes Adam Benefield up the spot to 5th. And that 83 car, like I said, he sounded like he was in a good mood earlier in the race. He's moved up to the top 5 just like that. I like seeing it.
See them all trying to sort themselves out right now. DeCiani up 7. Dustin Hall, talked about him earlier on with some of the recoveries for the incidents. Up 23. That was a bit of a hard cut, Jason S. Taylor, as Hoffman got the run behind them.
I mean, that one car is doing all he can to hang on to the race car. I think there's going to have to be some sort of residual damage. He hit the wall quite a bit whenever he got sent up there to the outside, and not something that you like to see at all. I do got to give some props here. You're going to see a little bit of tire smoke up front. Billy Brickley's in the grass. He's trying to hang on to the race car, and he does. He went through that turn number 3, and he just got loose. Same thing on entry. He tried to get behind the 83, and the 83 gave him some dirty air, and 44 goes in the grass. We stay green. He's able to get back up onto the racetrack, but he's going to lose a lot of spots. He's actually going to drop back all the way back to the tail end of the field. So he went from 5th all the way back outside of top 20.
Now, we stay green, as said. Brickley to 25th. Have been having a solid run with the strategy flip. And now, they all rumble forward. Hoytsma is starting to run away a bit, and that's a rarity here. It is a bit hard to break away unless you have a rapidly quick car. Others in the draft lock. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that might be a reason for that. I think that Delaney and Hutchinson may have been battling each other a little bit. If they had any side draft at all, it's going to create that gap. That gap will shorten up if they stay nose to tail, but we'll see over time. It looks like there is a giant gap heading all the way back until you get to about Mesnard here in the 73 car, who had that penalty. By the way, I will let you know that I believe that he has actually gotten back on the lead lap since that penalty in the 73. He is back on the lead lap. So even though he had that connection penalty, he was able to come back, get his lap back, and it looks like he's going to continue on. But back here in the back, I mean, it's kind of like a hornet's nest. You see all these guys running back 30s. I'm always interested to see how they're doing, because it's always the guys that, drivers are, they're a lot less caring about where they finish. They just want to, have some fun while they're behind the wheel. They might care a lot about where they end up, but right now at this point in the race, they just want to have some fun, and that's what it is in the back of the field like that. So as we head up further and further forward, take a look here. We got the 44 Brickley, trying to make his way back up to the front. He had to make a few passes. He just got by Williams, and now he's trying to pull up to the back bumper of Mesnard and make a move into turn 1, I think. But right here, we're looking at the 92 back up towards the front of this field. We got the 12 car. We're on board with Paul Hill, looking to the outside of that 12 car. That is Nolan Hodson, trying to make that outside line work. And you see the difference. If you're on the top, you can just get that little inch by inch down the straightaway. You can do that if you run the top. It's just going to be, I don't even see a negative to running the top here. It's not even that big of a difference. It's only going to be better on the exits of the corner. And if you have a guy right on your bumper, I wouldn't do it. Otherwise, I don't know. If that 12 car can get to his quarter panel early in the corner, like right here, if he was on his quarter panel, that'd slow him down. But not enough speed to be able to catch the back bumper to the 12 right now.
Yeah, all stuck together, those CFM back cars. doing what they need to do in terms of the lineup.
Second place. Let's take a look at
Second
that.
place.
Yeah, Hutchinson, he is looking. He is trying to get to the inside of Delaney. I've seen it a couple times. Whenever he heads into turn number 1 and 2, he's not following Delaney. And that's a smart move. And I like talking about that as we got another battle back in the back part with Dustin Hall, it looks like, in the 1 car. He's trying to make it work on the inside of another vehicle just behind this. But the difference is that when you're trying to pass the guy in front of you, you want to get some sort of clean air on the nose. You want to do something different than the car in front of you. You can see that with Adam Benefield. He went a little higher. You can see DeCiani going a little bit higher than the car in front of him. He's going to arc it down, try to get a better angle on the exit. But just like that, we have the 76 of Heitman coming down pit road. What on earth is going on with the 76?
Only 17 laps in the fuel run. They do have to pit during this stint. Has to be trying something different here on this undercut strategy, because in theory should be just about able to make it from here on the fuel. So it looks like he's trying something different and see if he's faster in clean air.
I mean, that's going to be your only bet. You got to be able to, he's not going to lose a lap. And that's the best part about pitting here at Pocono. You're not going to lose a lap. You're going to be able to stay on the lead lap, so it's a benefit to undercut. You saw that yesterday in the Xfinity race, and it was some guys chose the undercut. They gained a few more spots than they would have had if they would have stayed out and pitted with everybody else. So it's still a benefit to do this. I just don't know how it's going to pay off considering how close the lap times are. The only good thing for Heitman right now is that he will have clean air. He's going to have clean air all the way around. He won't have the draft down the straightaways, but he'll have clean air in the corners, meaning he's going to go faster in the corners, wear out the tires slightly more, but he will still have the speed he needs to be able to, stay even with these guys at least. As it looks like that gap behind Robert Miller has really opened up as you see the side-by-side battle between the 65 of Sean O'Brien and Cameron Stone here on the outside, trying to make it work on the inside. Here he goes, trying to get on by Cameron. Looks like it's going to work, and take a look at that. He got Hoffman trying to make a hole to follow him through as well. Side-by-side still down the straightaway for that spot. And Cameron Stone's dropping back. He's just in a bad spot. He's going to have to find a way to get down to the bottom or at least find a place to sit comfortably.
On Hoffman, he's going to try to roll the dice. He's coming in for the strategy. 2 tires last time for Hoffman, or Heitman should say. White and DeCiani also are trying something different. So big gambles here for the Fortis machine, as well as some of the Altus cars that duck on down for this strategy.
I don't see this as a problem at all. Think about it. If a caution were to come out, then they're going to cycle to the front. They have enough tires and they have enough gas to make it to the end. And we saw that long run speed can be absolutely erased based on just where you are on the racetrack. I think pitting early is a smart decision. These guys got to come down. They're not going to get lapped. There's not going to be a problem there. You can see the 10-car Matt White, he just got passed by Heitman. You can see Heitman heading down into turn number 1. He just blew by these guys. So he even pitted just a couple laps, but it was enough to where that actually looks like it's going to pay off for that 76. I think that if everything goes the way that Oitzma and these guys, if they stay out and they run long, I still think that Heitman's got the smart idea right now, trying to pit early. We'll see where he ends up, but it's an interesting one. Dyson decides to come down this time as well.
Yes, indeed. So drivers keep on peeling on down. The leaders still trying to draft together. Trouble! Caution! It's Chris Davis. Turn 1. The 74 has looped it. And we're under caution. And now that opens up Pandora's box on strategy.
Well, it's good for those cars that just pitted because they're going to be cycling to the front. Everybody else is going to pit. So everybody who just pitted, Heitman, all these guys, they're going to be in a great position. This actually helps them a lot. That 74 spinning out, that's going to have everybody come on down pit road. You're going to get some tires. Good job locking it up so he didn't collect a couple more. He did exactly the right thing. Stayed out of the racing line and just locked it down. Didn't hit anything, but he just got loose. See, turn 1 is just a trouble corner right now. Everybody's spinning out in 1. It just does not seem to have any grip for some of these teams in the back of the field right now. It's going to be a little rough for them, but we'll see if Chris is able to recover from that. He's still on the lead lap, and I think he's going to come down and get tires as well. So We'll see some more pit stops here. I think we're going to see the front end of the cars start heading down pit lane anytime soon.
Race control has kind of emphasized that if we get any more cautions, we might go to single file.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's going to be interesting if they choose to do that, but I don't know if that's going to be a popular choice. That's going to be something to think about, though. I mean, who's going to pit? I think everybody who didn't pit already. If you already pitted and you know you can make it on gas, don't even think about coming down. You need the track position. And that's only going to be to the 76's benefit. I think Heitman's going to cycle up to the lead if everybody chooses to pit this time, which is very likely, considering they have to pit unless we see more and more cautions. But if they really... I don't think that we'd see that. I think that they're going to need to come down and get some tires and gas just to make sure you can make it to the end. Here we go. Yep, everybody's coming except for those cars that have already pitted. So you'll see them go around here in just a second. But Lucas Hoitzman leaves them down pit lane. Delaney, Hutchinson, and White, followed by that 15 car of Miller, all leading them down as others stay out on the racetrack.
Yeah, the first to stay out is Cliff Mullins. He pit 12 laps ago. Then it's Derek Heitman, Matt Light, Clayton Hoffman, Matt DeCiani, Andrew Dyson. And there's going to be a difference on the tire stints here. Most of these teams taking 4. We do have a couple of 2 tire calls. Pearson, along with Anderson, rolling the dice for track position. First on 4. Ends up being the 97, as to be expected here. So... most of those who pit here going to have some offset on tire strat, which is going to make them a bit more looser.
I mean, it's all about track position this week. I mean, you cannot pass that at all. Right now, Mullins, great position. I don't know if he has enough gas to make it to the end, but can we take a look at the stints real quick just to make sure we see how different these guys that stayed out on tires, how their stints look like, if we can? Let's try to bring up the scoreboard and take a look at the stints if we can. I don't know if DJ can pull that up here for us. We'll see if he's able to here in just a second. Hang on just one second. But once we get a chance to look at those stints, it's going to be able to tell us if he's going to be able to make it on gas compared to the other cars around him. But that 82 car, I said at the beginning of the race, that's a car I like looking at because he has a heck of a personality, very fiery personality. And here he is. He's up in the front now. He's got the lead. Is he able to hang on to it? That is the question. Here is the stint. He has 12 laps on his tires compared to 5, 3, 3, and 2. So he has a few more laps on those things, but will it pay off for him? That's the question. I don't know. He's got to save gas. If anything right now, I'd be clutching it, trying to save every single gallon I can. It's going to be close.
See if he's able to stretch it out. He's now rolled the dice to the point. First led laps really all year. It's going to be tough to see where he stacks up on speed. We have not seen him up front really all campaign in this series. He's one of the independents. Daniel Wallen picks up an error end of longest line penalty. He's picked up several this race. So it seems pretty straightforward in terms of what the approach is right now, Kirk. It's just a matter of how well do some of these drivers handle this restart. We'll have to see.
I think the strategy is just get to the front. Any means necessary, even on old tires, fresh tires. If you have enough gas to make it to the end of the stage, get to the front. In some strategy move, and everybody in the front group here that has a very like 3 or 4 laps on the stint, and they have, the caution got lucky with them. That is exactly the right thing to do. You got Dyson, DeCiani, Pearson, these guys up in the front, White, Hoffman, Heitman. They made gambles, and I think it's going to pay off for them. I think it will, considering the fact that we have here up 30 spots. Holy cow, that's the biggest mover of the whole race. We haven't seen anybody even remotely close to that. So is that 82 going to be able to hang on to the lead? I don't know. He's gonna have to have a good restart here. You can see that everybody's lined up side by side as they head out of the turn, heading into turn 3. Going to get the restart this time by? I don't know. I hope we can see that 82, show him something nice up here in the front. That's going to be a lot of fun to see how well he hangs on to that car as that pace car is going through the final corner. He's going to dive down pit road, and we're going to have another restart on lap 60 of 160. We'll have 100 laps to go when we get the green.
101 specifically.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, 101.
Green, green, green. Back on our way. And one of the rookies, Mullins, not good to the gears. Shifted early, and Heitman's got better speed down the straight line. Mullins shuffled back to second. And now is under attack 3-1, and we crash.
Hard hit. Oh, yeah, hate to see it. Matt White went for the same spot as the 92. Hard damage, and that does bring out a caution. More cars are sitting sideways. See the 29 of Tanner Marty sitting the wrong way on the exit of turn number 1. Matt White just said "my bad" over the radio. So Evan Mesnard was involved in that one. Also, we have Tanner Marty, both cars involved as well. Let's take a look at this. You just see him going into the corner, and 10 car just slides up and turns Hoffman, gets him up into the wall, and Hoffman does a good job of staying out of the way, but I don't think the wreck was necessarily another part of him. I don't think that had anything to do with it. There was a secondary wreck in the back. Let's take a look at Tanner Marty, I think, to be able to see what exactly happened towards the rear. I think it was a checkup wreck, the 60 car of, it was a 60. Let's take a look at Jedi Taylor. Jedi's going to be the one you're going to look at. He's going to end up getting loose, and Mesnard's going to hit him right in front of the 29. So you can see right here, he got a little loose, went up the hill. Mesnard hit him in the rear, got loose, and he collected the other car. So Jedi Taylor got a little loose and then collected the other two. So not the 73's fault, not the 29's fault. 100% just Jedi getting loose.
So a big slide, bit of contact for Marty.
Yeah, he hit Owens. Yeah, hate to see it.
Yep, and we mentioned if they're more cautious, we might go single file. Well, they just went to single file restarts, Kirk.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I don't think that it's I think it's an interesting choice. I mean, of course, that caution came out, and it was just right on the restart. Matt White, driving a little aggressive in the one. Guys, we got 100 laps to go. I mean, it's something that you should be thinking in your head. Okay, let's try to actually just get through, get single file, find a rhythm, get into it, see how it feels. But we had a lot of cautions in the first 2 stages so far, and we just can't seem to get a green flag run in. I mean, we saw almost green flag pit stops. We got about a quarter of the way through before the caution came out, which is how we got our current top 10. But over time, I don't see it's a benefit to these guys. Mullins, Heitman, they did exactly the right thing. They pulled the right strategy out of the hat, and somehow it's working out for them. And it's good for them. I mean, I'm very excited for them and their teams. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have somebody come on by here in just a minute. I think it'd be interesting to speak with somebody. There's a guy who just got involved. I'll see if I can't reach out to him and see if we can't get him in here. But in the meantime, Heitman's up front.
So, which driver were you thinking about specifically? Just so we're on
the guy who just got kicked out of the race, Tyler Hunter. So I was going to see if I can't convince him to come on in after see if he's all right. Tell us what happened in his perspective of his accident.
Okay, gotcha. Let you get him sorted out there.
Yeah.
But Heitman is the leader right now as we go. See if we get some words with Derek Heitman.
Yep, let's talk to Derek.
Derek Heitman, currently the race leader. How are you feeling in that Ryko-powered machine?
Feel really good, Marty. I mean, this thing is flying. Hopefully we just play the right strategy tonight and see if we can keep her up front the best that we can.
Did you just call me Marty?
I'm sorry, is this not Marty?
This is Justin Prince.
Oh my gosh, Justin, I am so sorry. Why do you sound like Marty? I'm sorry.
Oh, that was pretty good, Derek. Oh, that's good, man. Hey, you picked the right strategy, man. You got the right thing.
Justin, I am terrible. I'm so sorry. This is here we go. Kirk, you got a blooper right here.
Yeah, I got it right there. It's on the clip. We got it. It's marked down. Called my man here, Justin, something else. That's pretty good. Man, you're up front. You're leading this thing. Out of curiosity, man, how on earth did you know that caution was going to come out to get you to the position where you can start up in the front?
I had no idea that caution was coming out. That was just lucky. It worked a little bit better than I wanted it to, I guess. Unfortunately, I actually probably really didn't want that caution. I kind of wanted to run some laps, but that is what it is. So, I mean, we'll just see what we can do, strategy the rest of the way, and I mean, we're just gambling cautions now, trying to keep the car up front. So we'll just see if we can play it right.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, Derek. Good luck out there on the racetrack.
Thanks, Kurt.
Thanks,
Justin.
Thank you.
I got Tyler Hunter ready to go. He just came out of the infield care center. Tyler, tell me, how you feel about that car after you got involved in that incident? What happened on your side?
I didn't catch the first half of whatever you just said, but as far as the caution goes, obviously my car is killed. Sucks. It felt like we had really good long run pace. Finally got some turn in the car. I just got caught up in 2 accidents I had nothing to do with.
All right, man. I'm sorry to hear it. Was there anything at all you felt like you could have done different to be able to miss it, or were you just in the wrong spot, wrong time?
No, with the new tire model, if I would have shifted to the right anymore, I would have just spun the car out and caused more of a problem. I just kind of had nowhere to go, honestly.
Well, it's good to see that you're okay after all that, and we'll talk to you here next week there, Tyler. Best of luck to you. Thanks for talking with us.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, buddy.
It's Tyler Hunter, and well, this isn't looking fully single file. Some drivers shuffled out to the inside through turn 3. Green flag is out, and we have some big gaps in the field. The rest of the field's underway. Derek Heitman with a great launch, and well, that single file didn't last long, did it? Benefield already going for second.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to be able to actually make that move work. These guys are at the bottom of the racetrack. There's a long way to go to get through all these cars. Remember, these are the cars on fresh tires. Up in the front of them, they all have a little older tires. With that single file in place, that only puts a giant advantage to those that chose to stay out. Make the strategy work out. Heitman, Mullins, DeCiani. These guys are in great position. And by the way, great job to DeCiani. Week after week, we see him in the top 5 at the right times. He seems to be doing just something absolutely amazing this season. I like that 4 car.
He's been quietly speedy in some races this season. He's contended for wins in others. Looking right now, there goes Stone. He's stuck on the inside line. There goes Paul Hill. He drives on by, no issue.
That's right, on the outside, right around Cameron Stone. He's trying to make it work. You see on the outside, is he going to be all right? Yep, looks like he might slide in there. He sure does. But here comes Nolan Hodgson trying to make a move down to the inside, racing him hard. It's good to see, but I did just hear a radio communication from Lucas Hoytsma, one of the fastest cars all day. He just said that single file restart, they had a huge checkup. Delaney and himself both got some damage from a checkup in front of them. So both cars are going to be operating a little slower considering they got some front end and tail end damage from that single file restart. Wide. Holy cow. Hang on to the car, brother.
Oh, a bit of a moment there.
Cameron Stone, he is not happy. That is a guarantee. That car right there, he is not one happy camper whatsoever.
Yes, indeed. Out the swell. Some of the others try and make the outside moves work. Weitzman going the wrong way. Trying to keep as far back from any side draft as he can, interesting enough. Continues to drift back. He's now outside the top 10. With that lane situation, he does have a teammate that lets him blend back into line. By the way, Cliff Mullins, he's already fallen back to 14th off the start. His car's just not in the same ballpark as the others here at the 82. He keeps on getting past left, right, and center.
Yeah, I think it's a setup issue. I don't think it's a driver issue. I think he doesn't just have the speed underneath him, unfortunately, this week. But it's his rookie year. It's his first start. Not necessarily his first start. He ran in the Xfinity race earlier this week, but he's still new. He just hit the wall, I think, here. Actually, that wasn't quite it. That was heading off turn 1. He hit the wall a little bit ago. He's now trying to just hang with Billy Brickley back here in his back teens, I guess, and just try to find a comfort and a rhythm, try to learn something. I know he's kind of nursing a car that doesn't necessarily have the best grip, so it's something he'll pick up over time. I'm sure he'll figure it out. But that you can see the 6 car in the 97, they are just not in the same ballpark as they were before. I mean, you can see Adam Benefield, though. He's in a different ballpark. At 83, he is trying everything he can to get moving. I saw him get on by a couple cars just like that. Matthew Long, and he got by Anderson. Now he has his sights set on the next car in front of him. That's Neil Pearson in the 62, who's got a loose race car. And then got Robert Miller in front of him. But, hey, take a look at this. Hutchinson even making a move there to the inside of the 97. He drops back one more spot. Ralph Hutchinson's trying to move up on by. You can see Hoytsma's going to have some trouble until he's able to get that damage repaired.
And not looking the greatest right now with the front end right now on the 97. Looking as Bobby Anderson tries to make a poke. The all-black number 5 not able to make the pass this time. He's had some wall scrapes on the outside of the race car. So far, so steady for his machine. Remember, he needed points in terms of the overall championship. Races like this is one of those races where you can score them.
That's for sure. I mean, Ralph's actually digging pretty good. He's able to get side by side now with the 5 car just like that. And you saw the 6 car make it on by the 5-2. So 6 doesn't have as bad as damage as Hoytsma, but I think that 6 car Delaney, I mean, he's an ex-Coke driver. He's fast. He's able to handle a race car whenever it has damage. I think that 6 car just has a lot of talent behind the wheel right now. There are 3 wide, though, for a second there. You can see it on your screen back there between the 12, the 65, and the 20. Let's see, that's Paul Hill, and they're in the 26, I believe. All got really close together there. I think that these guys are racing really hard for each other. At 12 and 26 can't seem to get away from each other.
See them right now just working side by side. Bit of a squeeze on the outside line. But Hudson now gets side drafted to the point of contact, trying to reverse side draft almost as Hill. Hodgson able to break it. That was a little bit nerve-wracking amongst those team members. Hodgson just trying to finish out the pass on the outside to be able to make the job work. Hill nearly hits him again.
I mean, they're racing hard, but back you can see more cars hitting the wall in the back of the screen. Let's focus here on this battle. We're going to need to keep an eye on it. That 26 tried everything he could to get by to 12, but didn't quite work that time. He's going to slide up in front. Look out. Hang on to the race car right there. They sure did. That was a close moment right there. Got a little loose. You see Cliff Mullins actually got more loose behind him, but that's 65. Sean O'Brien Jr. trying to make that bottom line work as Billy Brickley almost hits the wall. He's going to arc it down, and I think he's going to have a big old run. We might be 3 wide down the straightaway if he is able to get on by. He chooses to make the move and get on by O'Brien, who just does not seem to have the run down the straightaway.
Yeah, it's been the case for a lot of cars, and that's why I said the outside line usually has prevailed, and why Brickley's trying the outside himself here. Make it work. Just that launch you can get almost turns him.
He hit him. That was pretty close. Man, I gotta see Billy Brickley, man. He's aggressive there. I like it. Let's see some more of that, Brickley. Hadn't seen that out of you all year. That was pretty good. He didn't wreck him or nothing. He just gave him a shot. Said he was there. I like that. That's racing. That's all good. But you can see right now, something I'd like to look at is the gaps between the cars. You're on board with Brickley right now, but you can take a look further ahead up towards the exit of turn 3. And when you're in the corner like that, you can actually see the gaps between each car. So when we head down to turn 1, you can't see nothing. You can't tell where the leader is. You can't tell where anybody's at. You can only tell where the car is in front of you. But once you head down to turn 1 and everybody makes that left-hand turn, it's so cool to me. I like being able to see this view. You can see there's about a 5-car getaway and then a little gap to a side-by-side battle there for the 6th place spot, it looks like, between Benefield and Delaney. We might want to get a camera up there. Delaney's moving his way back forward. Up ahead of them, but they were still battling side-by-side up here for 2nd place now. The 15 of Robert Miller just made a move on DeCiani, and he got on by.
Miller yet again is on the move. He's been like this all season. Miller is amongst those who had some of the more recent pit stops. Come his way on through those who stayed out previously on the early undercut strategy.
You're right. Now, let's look at the stints. Let's pull up the stints again. I want to see that, because if we're able to take a look at that again, it will tell us exactly what we need to be able to see. Is there's still door banging there. Up front, 20, 15, 18, 18, 17. You can see that 15 lap That just shows that's the first guy with 4 fresh Mr. Feelgood sitting second right now. That car is fast. We're going to see that 15 car Miller. I think he's going to end up being one of the cars to beat today. He has 5 lap fresher tires than Heitman in front of him, so he's going to be able to try and chase him down. But great job of Miller. I mean, I thought originally you weren't going to be able to make up the ground on the racetrack, but it looks like on a long run, and I mean a really long run, it's possible. After about 15 laps, he's able to make one pass after another, get to the right positions, and he is chasing them down to the point where I think he's going to be there in maybe a lap or two, maybe like 3 or 4 laps from now. I think Miller's going to be on the back bumper of Heitman. He's gaining a lot of ground. He went from 6/10 now to 5.5, almost down to 5, down that straightaway, gain a 10th.
Able to pick up a lot of speed. Oh, Miller! Don't onto it.
Got a little loose.
Yeah.
Man,
now he's getting silly coming out of turn 1.
Yeah, DeCiani, he's got a guy all over his tail trying to move him out of the way. It's such a pain, man. You work all that little ground to gain, all that ground up, and then you just go in the corner and it just gets loose on you. Hate to see it. But you got to give Heitman some credit. He did exactly the right thing. He pitted at the right time. Great strategy to get where he was. And it was just luck at the caution whenever it happened. And then, of course, we had that extra caution that allowed for a single file restart, which makes it harder for these cars that are on 4 tires to be able to gain spots. And it still is helping Heitman. He still has about 6/10 to the good, maybe 7. That gap lengthened a little bit. Let's see if the 15's able to hang on to the race car on the exit of 1 this time. Sure does. So that means Benefield here, by the way, he's all over the back bumper of Dyson as well, trying to get to the top 5.
He's been good on passes all throughout the day today. Conti car seems to be able to have some good grip. Just a matter of actually getting alongside. Good run to the tunnel turn. Benefield looks like he's thinking about it. He will send it up the inside. And the Team Conti machine now up to P5. Conti car's looking pretty solid here tonight.
Absolutely. Saw that one coming from a mile away. He was showing, hey, I want to get by you. So, I mean, he didn't try to hit him, knock him out of the way, but the way he was, like, driving there, you know, it kind of gave him a point. He was close enough to where, you know, okay, he's probably going to want to get by. And look at this, the 10 car's loose on the bottom of the racetrack. He just lost about 2-3 spots. Matt White on the bottom of the racetrack. He was running up in 4th place, and he drops back 3 spots after getting loose in the middle of on turn 1. Right here, he hit the bump, got a little loose, lost a little momentum. Great save. Great job hanging on to the race car. But he's going to lose a few spots, so that ain't going to help him on the long run. It's going to take him forever to get that back. But just one little mistake like that can really cost you here at Pocono.
Able to go on through here. A lot of these drivers starting to get chippy on the radio yet again. How things have gone so far. Some of these drivers, temper. See pushy for Brickley. Trying to move forward hill. O'Brien sends it up the inside of the both of them. Now look at this. This could get trouble. Brickley able to push Hill as he got loose, trying to avoid making contact.
You know, I'm very happy to see this up here. That those cars trying to race hard. That's exactly the right things to be doing. Brickley's falling back slightly, though. He's losing a couple spots, and you see O'Brien. He's trying to get on by, too. Paul got by him a couple laps ago here in turn 3. But take a look at that. Delaney showing he's got some long run speed. He just made it by Benefield. That moves him up a couple spots just like that. And let's check in on, look at Hoytsma. He's the guy that we thought was going to have a really fast race car, but he just has not seemed to have gotten back by very many cars. He's still running about 5 seconds back in 12th. So that damage really just not helping that 97 car out at all.
Yeah, that car needs a caution and quickly. Still have more than 10 laps to go in the stage, mind you. See him just sailing further and further back. Last time by 54 flat. The leaders are running 53 sevens. That is a big difference. 3/10.
Oh, yeah, luckily he ain't going to get lapped. I mean, that's good. A little bit of contact back there with, it looks like another car hitting the wall. man, it's just interesting to see these different lines develop. That 44 Brickley really likes to dive it in deep in turn number 3, and he hit the wall again on the exit, but he still has the momentum. So there's a little bit of a snake going on. I guess that this field just got a little bored, and they're still trying to use the draft to follow the leader. But we just saw them all do a snake down on the front straightaways. It looks like we got a battle now for the 5th place spot. Hutchinson, trying to make a move on Matt White. Just like that, he's trying to make a move down low. He peaked on the entrance to turn 1. And he is still trying to make that work in the in the 10 car. The 8 car is trying to move up one more spot. Up in the front, though, you can see DeCiani. Something about that 4 car. I always enjoy seeing him. Like I said, he's been up in the front every single week. It has been rare to see that 4 car anywhere other than the top 10. Pit stop.
Heitman.
Yeah, Heitman doing it again. Smart. Extremely smart. I think he's going to be able to flip the stage. It's all about where you are at the end of that last stage. Smart decision to come down pit road right now. I understand he's going to lose the stage. He's thinking race win. He ain't thinking stage points. He's thinking race win, and that is going to possibly help him out whenever this final stage caution comes out. But that gives the lead over to Robert Miller in the 15 car. I mean, I think everybody's got to see that and think, maybe pitting is a good idea. I know stage points are important, but right now, if you want to win this race, you got to flip the stage. You have no chance otherwise. It's just not going to be possible to get to the lead.
Now it's going to be, does he have this strategy go to where it needs to go? We'll see. All this as well. We see more battles. Lawn trying to hold off Hutchinson. Great run today for Pearson, by the way. He's been hanging out around the top 10 most of the night. He's up there as well. That 62 has looked good for Dirty South.
Great improvement. He has a loose race car. It looses fast, and that's a good thing for him. But, I mean, they really got to be thinking about this right now. We have that, the end of the stage here in about 10 laps. Hang on to it. Bobby Anderson almost lost the dang thing. I think he hanged on to it. But, pardon me. What I can tell you is that if these guys are able to come down pit road right now and they able to take a couple laps, gain a little bit of time, I think it's only going to be a benefit to them, because the sooner they pit, the more laps they can get on fresh tires, more time they gain. I mean, right now, if I'm the leader of this race, I'm thinking, hey, I probably want to get down pit road soon. Maybe if you do it with 2 laps to go, that's even better. I think maybe like right when the pit road ends, like closes, that's the time you want to get down pit road. But if you're back 15 further back, you got to pit at least 3 laps to go. But you really got to flip the stage. I don't see any benefit to staying out other than getting that a playoff point. That's it. If you want to race, sure, stay out. Otherwise, I mean, you got to try and play for the win, not try to play for the top 10 race right here. You got to try and get everything you can to win.
Still seeing Hoytsma go the wrong way. You see that damage still hindering him. Now he's got Hunt to make the pass. Still able to keep up at the corners. It's just that end of straight line that's going to be so detrimental to the 97 until the pit stop window to be able to get the repairs done. Anybody else be ducking in this time by? The answer is no, as Hoytsma, he's trying to side draft and hold on to every position. He's trying to do a Dorbane hill for it.
Yeah, this is not for stage points. I mean, you're not going to gain anything here other than track position, and that's exactly why they're battling. It's so hard to hang on to track position in any position. No, he's going to use a little bit of the right rear to move that 97 up the track. But remember, it's a little progressive banking in turn 1. That car is able to use that outside line to gain a little bit of grip, and he's able to, get a better run on the exit of the corner. They're going to say door to door. They're door banging down here in the turn to the tunnel turn. 26 got into him a little bit more that time. Oh, they took each other out. They're wrecking. That's going to bring out the caution. And guess who that benefits the most? It's going to be Derek Heitman. You hate to see it for the 26, and you hate to see it for Hoytsma, but both cars take each other out of the tunnel turn. Heavy front end damage to the 26, and no one is happy on the radio.
Caution yet again as the 26 overcorrects into the 97. A squish into the wall. And people not happy. It's been hard to pass all night. And now it's another yellow flag.
Man, they were racing hard. We watched the entire thing. They were door banging, heading into the tunnel turn. They were hitting each other. And even going in, you can see a little contact right there. And that got the 97 into the wall. He went a little wider. And because of that, oh, man, you just hate to see it. Oh, such a hard hit, too. Man, I don't know if Brickley, I think we got to look on board with Brickley, out the nose of Brickley. If we can take a look at that view, I think that would be something wild to take a look at. From the front of the 44, we got to take a look at that. Here we go, going down into the tunnel turn. Two guys right in front of you. You know, they're racing hard. You see them beating and banging. It kind of makes you want to lift a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. You just don't want to be around something like that. 26 dives it in there and just gets loose, and he never able to recover. Turns right. Oh, he misses both of them. Man, I mean, he had to slam on the brakes, or at least just hope and start praying that he doesn't get hit. Him and Sean both avoided damage in that accident. Great job by both drivers to avoid that. Here we go. Take a look. Everybody's going to come in and get tires and gas. Everybody except Derek Heitman, who's going to take over the lead. And look at that, DeCiani. 3-4 cars choose to stay out. I don't know if that's the right choice. I mean, I know that we're going to have stage caution here again in a minute, but you're going to get some stage points, but you most certainly might not win the race unless you came down right there, with the exception of Heitman, who can go a little further. But everybody else getting 4 tires and gas. Right choice right here. Maybe even 2 tires. I mean, we saw tires don't necessarily matter that much.
So, 11 drivers stayed out. Heitman cycles 11th on the pit call. First out is Miller. Looks like Miller able to take his 4 tires and fuel, no issue. And EOL, he just speeded. He just sped.
Oh, man. Something. Every time that 15 car has speed, something just happens to take his race win away. He had a lot of speed today, great chance to win, and it's going to take a huge swing on strategy and the right circumstances to get him back in this race.
That's going to be another charge from the back to front, going to have to be dealt with. Double file is the restart implication next time. DeCiani, White start alongside each other. Anderson, Hodgson, Hoffman, Williams, Mullins, Mesnard, Taylor, Marty. The way they look right now.
You know what I'm thinking right now? I got to tell you, I think that what we just saw there, it just showed us exactly what their plan is. DeCiani wants to get a playoff point. DeCiani isn't. I don't think, based off of this move, I don't think he's going for a win, or not necessarily. It's going to be a lot of luck to get him up towards the front for a win after seeing that many cars come down pit road. But he's going to go for the stage win, which is going to be a playoff point. It's going to be a benefit to him if he makes the playoffs. He has yet to win this season. I don't know if I would have stayed out there. Probably pitting's a good idea, but that's 76 of Heitman. I understand that car. He has a lot of speed in him, and he came down pit road before everybody else. I don't know if it's going to work out for him. I know that at the stage, everybody in front of Heitman will come down, and he'll assume the lead again. But these guys are all just looking for stage points, I think, in the front.
Trying to get every point they can with the postseason battling. It's understandable for some with how close the cut line is, or how big the cut line rather is, in terms of separation. So just about ready for the restart once again. First of those who have pit, restarting in 12th with Adam Benefiel. First those drivers. Remember, this run going to be 4 laps to the stage, and then it's going to be to the end from there. 70 laps, the run for stage 3. One of the longer stages in terms of mileage on the season, especially on a 2.5 mile track like Pocono.
You know, you're absolutely right, man. I got to tell you, though, we got 10, counting this race, 10 races left in this regular season. You got to go for the win with a big gap of 77 points between 17th and 16th. I mean, I don't see it working out any other way.
Yeah, that's going to be very hard to chip away over the course of a run, unless you get some missed races mixed in there.
True.
And some of the drivers who needed points with Kolmacheski are having nightmarish nights.
That is for sure.
See what happens here. DeCiani high side, White inside. Going out to the green, and it's out. Green, green, green.
Great restart on the outside line, man. That was a great jump.
Good jump, good launch, good pull. Now, near contact. White went higher up the track, pushed Hodgson up out of the groove into the marbles.
3 and 4 wide back in the back of the field, still sitting 3 wide in some places. See Matt Long, Benefield, Delaney, Marty, all 3 wide right there. You can see it right there on your screen. 6 cars trying to push that 83 through. That Delaney car's trying to go through the middle and try to slide up in front of Marty. He does. He's going to make that clear. Up front, DeCiani, Hodgson, White still side by side for second. Contact. Remember, we saw the 10 car slide the 12 up. 12 just slide the 10 right back just like that, opening the door for the 5 car. Trying to make the outside line work is Matt White. They're going to be side by side down the Long Pond stretch. It's going to be really long. Golly, it's the longest stretch that we have in the all of NASCAR right here. Side by side. And this is where side draft is king. But that 12 car trying to make the bottom work as White's trying to make the top. I think White's going to have a good run up on the top. I think it's going to be close. White's going to have the momentum, and he's going to be able to pull away. I think the 12 is going to try and pull in front of Bobby Anderson, though.
He does. And Anderson just elects to give him a small shove. Looking on board with the 12 as he tries to time it up. Now looking to reset. DeCiani's now pulled away 8 tenths and caution.
Just like that, that's going to be the stage again. Let's take a look on the, huge crash. 3, 4 cars are taken out just like that. Cameron Stone involved, and also the 1 car, Dustin Hall. Both cars involved in that incident again. We had 2 more cars. And also Billy Brickley. Oh, you hate to see it. I think Billy just made contact with Neil Pearson. Back here for the back 20s. 44 kind of had to check up because of 65, and I think Pearson got into him, and they spun out. See the 81, heavy front end damage. A few more cars spinning out. 1 car did that earlier today. Oh, man. Let's take a look at that again. We need to go a little bit further back on the 44, I think is going to show us exactly what we have here. It's going to be in the tunnel turn right on the exit. Going to see O'Brien here. It's going to be a little loose. Make contact. Brickley's trying to hang on to the race car. He's a little slower, holding the middle, and the 62 just hits the 44, spins him out, and just right in front of that little pack there. And let's take a look at the 81 car because he kind of hit the wall a ton just a little bit ago. Let's take a look at that 81's impact into the inside wall. That was pretty hard. So Hastings, again, not his fault. None of the accidents he's been in this year, I think, have been his fault. I think every one of them has been something to do with another car. He's been in the wrong spot every single time. Let's take a look. See it right here, 61 in front of him, just gets into the 44, spins him out, and the 81's just loose, gets clipped, head on into the inside wall, and just nothing you can do about it. He's going to have to come back down and see if he can fix that damage, but it's a lot of front end damage for that 81 car.
Hard spin puts us back to the yellow flag. Should be the stage end here on the call for it. DeCiani, White, Hodgson, Anderson, Hoffman, Heitman amongst those up front at the top at the end of the stage. There's the stack up. Starting amongst those spin around, and 81 takes a tumble down the order from that hit. Interesting enough, Brickley did not hit here despite being involved in that incident. The rest of the field completes their service on lap 90.
No, with everybody coming down pit road, I think that we're going to be able to. This is the end of the stage, so it looks like Derek Heitman got the win on that one. Good for him. Actually, not Derek Heitman. It was somebody else got the win on that. They had just came through a moment ago. We lost it, I think. But that will do it for the stage. Everybody's going to get relined up, and we're going to have our final little run to the end. Who's it going to be? I have no idea. No earthly idea. But that 4-car, DeCiani, he must feel pretty good to get a playoff point.
Let's take a break. More coverage coming up. You're watching the FLCC from Pocono.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Maconi Entertainment. More coverage of the full-length Cup Challenge. Derek Heitman now the leader after his initial call to pit early. About 10 laps to go in Stage 2. Andrew Dyson, Adam Benefield, Jonathan Delaney, Matt Lawn, Ralph Hutchinson. Once your top 6, Pearson, O'Brien Jr., Owens, and Trueau. No, your top 10. Green flag is out. Dyson kept sleeping. Not the best of launches for the 41 as they push hard on the inside.
It's the only choice you got. I mean, even then, when you had 3 cars on the bottom, you could see Delaney had no problems at all holding his ground. He was able to maintain speed with 3 cars on the bottom pushing. You can just tell that's going to happen every time. Take a look in the back of the field. We got Hodgson just hit the wall on the Nolan Hodgson just hit the wall on the outside back there, and he was able to hang on to the race car as well. I don't know, man. I mean, at this point, where strategy is going to come in? I don't think it's going to be a place right now where you could actually anticipate driving to the front. We hadn't seen that all day. Nobody, with the exception of one car who had 5-lap fresher tires in the leader, was able to drive through the field. When you're all on equal sets, I mean, it's going to be difficult to get through this field.
See all of them shuffling in terms of the back of the order right now. Miller already back to 11th for his mistake. Not bad.
That's impressive. That's impressive. I'm very impressed seeing him back over here already to the top 10. Like, wow. Great job for the 15 to recover from that. I thought he was out. Nope, he's still going to have a shot. He's going to have some help from that 4-car DeCiani trying to give him a shot. I mean, we'll see over time if that works out for him. Billy Brickley recovering from that accident we saw earlier, trying to hang on to that 44 car. Also, top 15 is they're wrecking behind Jedi Taylor again. I see the 1 car again. Oh, hey, a lot of these cars have already been involved in incidents today. I don't know what could have caused this one, but we got another wreck and we might go single file again. Let's take a look and see what may have happened.
The incident limit, mind you, is 15 tonight. And some of these drivers might be pushing it, so apologies at the radio for Matt White. Oh, wow, that was Madero's way low.
Yeah, Madero's, he got away scot-free, but everybody else in the back just did not. They were trying to avoid the loose car of Medeiros. I mean, what got to that 20 car loose? We got to look and see what may have happened to that 20 car to get him loose. It was in front of Jedi. He slides up, goes into the corner. Jedi Taylor all over the back bumper. That's 3, 2, 1 on the cones on the fence. He got back. He got hit in the back by Jedi. Jedi 100% got into his back and almost wrecked the 20 car. 20 car hangs on to the race car as they wreck behind him. I mean, great job not spinning the thing out from Medeiros. I mean, it was not necessarily his fault. He just got rear-ended as he went into the tunnel turn. If we ride on board with the front of the 60, we might actually see that bump happen. But you can see a lot of heavy racing back here. So we're on board with the 1 car, a couple lines back. Let's see what happened to him. He hit the bump there. He's loose. You see him there on the bottom. You think he's going to go up the hill. He does. But guess what? 2 more cars are spinning right in front of you. Where are you going to go? Make contact again. Loose, trying to not hit anything, and he does. Great job hanging on in that 1 car. Good job.
Perfect job to not add any more damage to it, at least in our car back there. Did slam into Wallen, who's been slamming into checkups all throughout the night.
1 break, yeah, that 60 car, he just dove it in too deep and tried to spin the 20 car, and after that contact, more cars got spun around after the checkup. And that was just a mistake of that. You saw Cliff Mullins involved in that, Cameron Stone again. It's just unfortunate positioning for those guys. They had nothing to do with it. Just a little bit of contact with Jedi Taylor. I think that may be his maybe 3rd at fault in this race so far, maybe 2nd. But definitely starting to become a trend, and that of the 60 car.
So, back under the yellow flag, and this is going to be a lengthy stage, to say the very least here. What goes to the mind now, knowing you're basically running the equivalent of a open here, the rest of this run here in this race?
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. I think that the fact of the matter is that these guys, they're in the mindset of do not lose track position. I don't care what it takes. Do not lose your top 10 running spot. If you're in the top 10, absolutely not. If you're in the back 15, you're going to have to use the bumper like we saw the 60 car do to try and get by some cars. But that was a little overly aggressive, sending him into the tunnel turn like that. I mean, that might be something you do heading into 3 because that's a little flatter corner. You don't necessarily get looser there. You just get chased up the hill. But in the tunnel turn, it's a very odd like angle to get pushed at, and you're going to get loose. So, I mean, positioning, right places to do it, but you got to do everything you can to gain spots. But look at this. We got William Owens sitting just outside top 10, sitting in 10th. I am so happy to see that car up into the top 10. I think it'd be cool to talk to him for a minute if you have a sec. I think that if he's in here, I'd love to talk to that 30 car. You mind if I pull him in here?
Why not?
All right, let's hear from him. William Owens, Kirk Mills up here in the booth. You got a copy?
I do have a copy. Hello.
Man, you're running top 10 today. Look at you running in 10th place spot. Tell me, how's the car feel? How you feeling this week? And what do you have planned for the last 65 laps of this race?
A little loose. I've been fighting a slight loose condition all day, so I've had to play kind of the stage flipping game to get good track position. What were the other 2 questions?
Oh, yeah. The other 2 questions is what are your plans to get up towards the front in the last 65 laps? What do you got planned, man? What's your strategy?
I'm going to have to ride the draft, and my car has to kind of run the 2nd lane and above to really get runs. That's how I've been making track position all day. And the plan is to try and survive. Pocono has been an absolute mess this week, as I'm sure you've been noticing. This is actually better than what the officials have been, and that's been it's been a rough week officials-wise, so just trying to keep my nose clean and not get any more damage like I did earlier in the race. Got all that repaired, and just trying to stay alive at this point, really.
Well, hey, man, I mean, you're sitting in a position where you might get a top 5, top 10 this week. I mean, you can definitely do it, and we're rooting for you up here in the booth. Best of luck to you the rest of the restarts and getting down to the end of this thing. We'll see you at the end of the race. Best of luck to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. That's William Owens. Hey, I like seeing a car that normally we wouldn't normally see up towards the front. But he's up here today. And, you know, he might drop back on a long run or something like that, but he's this is the 3rd time he's made it to the top 10 today. I think that may not be a coincidence. I like seeing that car up towards the front. Another car that surprises me to see up towards the front, we got single file restarts, by the way, Justin. Take a look at that. Again, that wreck says no more double file. We can't do it. Not anymore. We got to go single. So with that in mind, Sean O'Brien Jr. also sitting here inside of the top 10. That's exciting. Currently sitting in 8th. Neil Pearson having a heck of a day, sitting in 7th. Everybody else on the top 10 list, I'm not surprised sitting in the top 10. But we'll see how the rest of the evening goes for these guys as pace car is going to dive in and we're going to get back underway.
Coming up to the restart. Green. Back on our way. Now, first one to duck out is O'Brien Jr. Everybody else not willing to make too many moves right now. 63 laps to go next time by.
Huge stack up throughout the field. Once the leader went, everybody behind them it was like a domino. It took a while for them to hit the gases. It looks like it did not take a while for that 71 car to hit the wall. He just hit the wall pretty hard there with the right front. I don't know if he's going to have any damage from that, but that's going to open the door for the 30 car of Owens that we just talked about to go around the outside of the 65 trying to make that work. Looks like he's just going to settle in behind him, though. Going to hold on to his race car and try to battle another time. Single file throughout the whole field.
For now is the key word right now. We do have some of those strategy splits. So we're snaking on the front straightaway. Few teams already trying to break up the draft. Heitman, Dyson, many others electing to try and run the train here. Heitman just trying to see what will work and stick here.
We see this all the time at super speedways, and well, not necessarily super speedways, but tracks like Indianapolis. You'll see this exact thing where the leader goes down all the way down to the double yellow line. It adds more distance to their lap, but it removes the draft for second place, and he's able to scoot out a little further every single time because he doesn't have to worry about the car behind him getting any draft. So it's actually a benefit to him to keep doing that. And if nobody follows him, I mean, it might be a benefit on the long run as well because the tires just don't seem to be falling off. As it looks like the 15 car Robert Miller, he is trying to get on by the 30 car back here for the 10th place spot. And now DeCiani trying to follow him through. They're side by side down a straightaway, trying to hang on to the race cars. And we got the snake happening again. Here we go, trying to slither his way down the front straightaway.
Oh, that's wow. We see the move. There it is. Offset 3 wide. Correctly. He's still dealing with damage, but it isn't impacting him.
Absolutely not.
Oh, look at the snake. Down the straightaway to turn 2.
You know, it's funny. Our producer here, DJ, all he wants to do is see that snake. He likes the snake. He wants to pet it. I think he does. I mean, it's kind of funny to think about. I don't know. It's kind of funny. Watch it down the straightaway. We'll see him if he does it again. I think it'd be funny to watch. Let's see. They're all over the track here on 3 and 4. Yeah, of course. Once we get single file, though, yep, right here. They're all going down to the checkerboards. And now it's like we're racing in Indianapolis with open wheels. It's just like that. But they can look at the gap he's making. That's 4/10. He's actually gaining some ground, pulling away. And that's good for him, man.
Yeah, looking really good up front. As you see him just take the angle and take everyone off for a snake ride. It burns up the tires like that. But hey, if it floats, it floats.
But tires don't matter today. I mean, it doesn't seem to be a big issue at all, man. I got to tell you, we got our DJ in the booth. He's laughing his tail off right now. I love hearing it. That's wonderful. Oh, man, but think about this. We got 61 laps to go. We're coming to lap 60 to go, whatever that is. I got to tell you, we're about to hit lap 100. With this thing going on, we got to be thinking about one thing and one thing only, which is what lap can you make it to the end on? Whatever that lap is, that opens the door. Whatever lap that is that you know you can make it on gas. Whatever it is, that's the lap you need to pit. We have seen Heitman come down, and he was the first one on pit road every single time during the stages. And what did we learn from that? He was able to hang on to the lead every time after it's all cycled through. So what you got to be thinking is thinking that there's going to be a caution as soon as it can. So the moment that you can make it on gas, you get down pit road and you get gas and you get force fresh good tires. You go out on a racetrack and you drive and you hope that everything goes to plan, and you're going to be faster than the cars that stay out long. You're not going to lose a lap. The only thing that is going to be a negative to you is that I don't even think there is a negative. You'll just lose track position early, and if a caution comes out, you'll gain it back. But you'll have 5 laps older tires than everybody else, or however many laps you've been out there. Just remember, it's about track position today. You can see this battling with the 65 and the 71, still trying to make that work. Hey, man, look, they're not doing the snake. Everybody else is doing the snake, and they're pulling away. So, whoa, hang on to it, Jedi. He's sideways again, down out of the exit of turn number 1. Let's take a look at that 60 car. I think he's okay. I'm not sure. Jedi saved it this time. He got real loose on the bottom of Nolan there, and he almost lost it. He got real sideways, but he saved the thing that time.
Yes, indeed. Caution. Caution flag is out for another spinner.
Brickley.
Brickley's the spin. Here's what happened to the 60. Brickley's picked up a meatball flag. Good save as the 44 has put us under caution.
The 92 and the 44. So the 44 got loose out of the corner. He had to lift a little bit, and because of that, he made contact with the 92. 92 got loose, and the 44 is trying to save it, and just, you hate to see it. Heavy inside damage. And we're under caution again. I mean, at this point, it's making me consider coming down pit road. Like, maybe not now. I wouldn't come down quite yet. I'd probably stay out again. But look at that hit. Oh, it lifted the rear tires up off the ground. Huge hit for that 44 Brickley. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back from that. Hoffman got a little damage in that too, but a good day turned bad for Billy Brickley. He's currently heading down pit lane and sitting in his pit stall. He's going to have to get some damage repaired.
So, 9-2 Hoffman is indeed amongst those involved in this. And you see a big lockup to avoid significant more damage, but he's picked up right front damage. That car going to have to take some time to get repairs done, to the least here.
Let's talk to Brickley. I think I got him here. You mind if I pull him in?
Why not? Let's do it.
All right. Yep. All right. Billy Brickley, Kirk Mills in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah. What's going on?
Hey man, we saw you get a little loose and a little bit of contact there. Tell me, how bad's the damage? Any chance you're going to be able to get that thing fixed and get back out there?
We're going back out. I don't know how bad it is. Got a lot. We'll see what it feels like here. Looked like it was blown up, but I don't know. It fixed that part of it. So, kind of sucks. I had a pretty good car. That's the first time I've gotten loose in the turn 2, so I don't know what was going on there.
Well, Billy, I just got to ask you, man. You had a great run going today. You had a lot of speed in that car, and it just, the accidents take people out like that. It's unfortunate. I hate to see it for you. Is there anything any notice? Was there any hint that the car was going to jump out? Was there anything different you did all day compared to what you did in that corner to get the car slightly loose? Was there anything at all that you could feel, or did it just snap on you?
No, it's on edge in that corner. All race, it doesn't really matter. I don't know if I got some damage maybe in that wreck before, or I got spun or something, and the car just wasn't happy or what, but no, it's felt really good all day. I've been running the top, found something up there, and it's been happy, but I don't know what happened there. Just not sure.
Well, I got to ask you, how many minutes or how many seconds of repairs did you have there whenever you came down?
I had 30 required. It's done. It's blown up.
Boy.
So
well,
next time we come back around, we're gonna park it.
All right, Brickley. Well, it's a pleasure to talk with you, and sorry to hear you had a rough run here today, but you had a lot of speed, and we know we're going to see you next week at Atlanta, having a good chance of winning that thing too. So, best of luck to you, and thanks for talking with us, buddy.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Yep, you got it. Yep. I hate to see it for Brickley.
Yeah, he's been bounced around a little bit, had some solid speed at some points of this race. Now be out in the back of the field, and I think it's very noteworthy. We have not seen anybody duck down yet. We'll see. You see anyone duck this time by, or if it's going to be a whole field stay out for the most part. Lloyd Davis, Anderson, Williams, Marty, Brickley, Hoffman hit previously. It looks like we are going to set up for restart coming up here. So this is going to be interesting. It's still single file restarts. Race control trying to keep things buttoned up with all the incidents here tonight, as several come down a second time.
Smart choice. I mean, I think that it is going to be, if you're in the back half of the field, pitting now might be a benefit to you, only because most of the cars in the front haven't pitted yet, and they're going to have to pit again. And most certainly, we cannot make it to the end on this current tank of gas. But if you pit right now and you get a ton of cautions like we've seen all day today, we have 25 laps for the leader right now. Everybody else sitting in that 10 to 25 range, in that range. So those that came down this time by, I mean, they're going to have to pit again. They will. But if we can get them, it gets them further. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate that. I ask for stints every week. DJ knows this. He's our producer, by the way. He is a fantastic producer, doing a great job for us here in the Full Length Cup Challenge on Maconi Entertainment. But I can tell you that considering the fact that these the entirety of the top 10 has about 20 laps on their tires, we're not going to see them come down until they know they can make it on gas, or at least they know that they can. You want to short pit as much as you can. Heitman is going to do that, and we've seen that all day, and it worked out for that 76 car. I mean, it's the only way you're going to be able to get a win. And remember, something about that 76 car that not a lot of people know in terms of how well he's doing this season, he hasn't won yet. This might be the day he can come in for a win. He's just got to have it all work out for him, but he's in a good spot to be able to do it, and we'll see if it works out for him as we come through turn 3. Going to get the restart.
Down to the restart situation. It's Heitman, Delaney, Dyson, Lawn, Hudson, the top 5 for this restart. 55 to go at the stripe. Back on our way. And now, already, let's go snaking. Nobody else takes the bait.
I don't know if it was a good idea to do that on a warm-up lap, but we'll see. Warms up the tires a little quicker than everybody else. That might be a good thing. Throughout the field, though, still not really too much double foul. You'll see some in the rear, but now we're going to see the snake. Here we go. Everybody's got... Pearson decides no. He says, I ain't doing that. And I think it may have lost him about a half car length doing that as well. You got to go with the snake. You got to go. I mean, it gives you about 15 more horsepower when you go follow the snake. I swear it does. You can see it whenever he does choose to do it. It's going to be pretty good. If you can have the whole field do that, that would be what I call peak entertainment. I do like seeing the whole field decide to do the little wave as it goes across, that little snaking move. But hang on to it there, brother. Man, that Pearson is just so straightforward. He is not going to fall for it. No, not at all. Everybody else, though, in the front 5 most certainly is.
Everyone marching on forward and marching around the racetrack. Going to be a curious time. And as the top ticker says, Pearson, anti-snake. He and Benefield do not snake this time by. There was a small snake look for Matthew Lawn as well as Ralph Hutchinson. Here it comes. Trudeau. He parks it in front of O'Brien.
Hang on to it, brother. Yeah, that's going to cause a stack up there every time. Holy cow, 71 slid in front of the 65, and that caused a little bit of a checkup for those 3. They're losing ground on the cars in front doing that. So just be careful, guys. Hang on to the race cars. Got a long way to go here. All right, let's see if we do anything cool like that again. I don't think it's going to be another snake. I think that we're starting to settle down. More folks are getting single filed out, except for the top 3. But Delaney and Heitman both have really scooted away. Delaney's putting down some fast laps. I think he's going to go for the lead here. Heitman's got to do everything he can to hang on to this lead. Track position is king, and clean air is only going to be a benefit to him. So, man, look at that. He goes all the way down. And I think that, I mean, still... Delaney's gaining ground. He's faster off the corner there. He's got a little bit of a run on him, I think, in the tunnel turn. Delaney's clipping the apron, too. I don't know if you see that, but golly, and speaking of clipping things, about 4 cars clipped the wild side wall as they came out of the tunnel turn. That 6 car, when he's going through the tunnel turn, clips the apron. He's doing it even here. You can see he got like a tire on the paint there, and it's going to make the front end a little looser, a little tighter. So, let's see. We just heard someone on the radio say, sorry, as they're all down at the very bottom of the racetrack, snaking again. Keeping about 0.2 of a second over Delaney there for second. Rewind, though. Yep. Take a look back here at 71 car. 65, 71, and the 57. These guys are still battling 3 wide. Oh, my gosh. What are they doing? Oh, hang on to it. Williams spins out. That's going to bring out yet another caution. 52 laps to go. Oh, you saw him get loose on the backside of your screen. That 98 just got loose, spun himself out. Oh, you hate to see it. We'll have to look at the replay to verify. He could have made some contact. We'll see. But that's trouble turn now. People have really been getting loose there.
Yet in our caution. It's happened all night. It's not gotten any better. It's been a trouble spot all week.
Wow.
Anderson helped him. Got loose. Anderson hit him.
Oh man, I mean, I kind of wish he locked up the brakes a little earlier. If he did, I think he had a little less front end damage. But oh man, it ain't over yet. But that is such a tough break. Tough break. Hate to see it. I mean, Bobby did nothing wrong there. That 98 just is loose, and he had nowhere to go. So that little contact brings out yet another caution. And this is more cautions than I'm used to seeing at Pocono. This is a little wild, to say the least.
Take commercial break. 50 to go. Coming up. You're watching Maconi Entertainment for coverage of the FLCC.
You want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, here for today's action as drivers sort themselves out for an air restart. Derek Heitman in control here with the FLCC at Pocono. Spritz with you alongside Kirk Mills, DJ Lyon producing. as we get set for the restart with 26 cars running. Amongst those, it looks like the lead lap, Cliff Mullins, also in the mix, just pit recently. We're outside the fuel window just about. No one came down to pit on the last caution here. So we'll see how they approach this restart, Kirk. We've seen how difficult it's been to pass and how difficult turn one's been all night.
You got to be the leader. You got to be the leader at any point. You got to get it at all costs. I mean, if you're in second, Delaney, do whatever it takes to get the lead. But just a little note as well, Brandon Hastings sitting 27th, just got back on the lead lap in that 81 car after heavy front end damage. He's got it all repaired. That car's back on the lead lap, and he might have a chance to keep racing here. Everybody else running through the marbles right now. Here we go. Onto the straightaway. That pace car is going to dive in, and we're going to see a huge checkup throughout the field. You're going to see that. Let's see it. We're back underway here with just a handful of laps to go. The snake begins. Man, that's awesome.
Yet again, straight to the cut, straight to the snake. As Heitman tries to control things up at the front of the field. Just looking very smooth out there, to say the very least, on this strategy. Top 5, all elect to go in the snake. A couple others further down the pack. Now trying to go side by side. Cam Stone amongst those trying to make a move.
The only one's really battling there. He's trying to get to the inside of Owens right there. You saw William Owens. He just got passed again by White, and it looks like another car's trying to get on by him. He's still trying to hang on to his current spot, but he's sitting right now in the spot where he's just in a rough position. You're going to need a little bit of help to be able to get out of this particular harrowing situation. But like you said, that top 5 really likes doing the snake. But Adam Benefiel, he's just staying firm. He is not going to go back down. Adam, come on, man. I know you watch these broadcasts. You want to do it. I know you do. Come on, man. Come on down. Join the snake. See how it goes. Just have a little bit of fun with it, my man. We'll see. Up towards the wall. Does he do it? Not this time. He might have to do another round, maybe another lap. We'll see. But with that in mind, you're going to see some battling in the back of the field. But the leaders, there's nothing they can do. I mean, once you start doing that, I mean, it's going to be really hard to get a run on anybody.
Seeing that difficulty build up right now for a lot of these teams. And the tough thing right now, Kirk, is being able to sort out what you can do to even build up these runs in the first place. What would you be doing if you're in this situation knowing you're draft locked in this pack?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Heitman just ran the fastest lap of his entire run, and he's leading the thing, and he's been out there 20-plus laps. I mean, that gives you little to no hope. I mean, he has 5-lap older tires than the rest of the field, and he just ran the fastest lap of the race. That should tell you all you need to know. But take a look, those guys that aren't really doing the snake, one of them just got past. Adam just dropped back another spot. Here goes Robert Miller right on by. Maybe that snake has a little bit of speed in it somewhere. Seems to be working for the top group.
Yeah, it seems to be working out. Some say it's worth it, others say it's not. In this case, the leaders very much think it's very worth it in terms of the angle to use up more of that wear. Miller, the first not to use the snake this time, as some people in the back are even snaking out right now.
Yeah,
In fact, I think there's some issues in the back.
Yeah, I think that may not have been a snake. I think that may have been an accident of some sort. Yeah, he's loose. Yeah, he's most certainly loose. Hang on to it. Man, I'm just glad he didn't hit nobody. He got real lucky that everybody was good enough to miss him. That was too close to call, man. That car got so loose. Let's take a look. He's on the inside of Owens there for the 30 car. Goes into the corner, and he just got loose on his own. 30 had nothing to do with it. Just got loose, drifting the car through the grass, trying to do some Dukes of Hazzard there. Oh, Nolan just barely missed him. Same thing with the 29 of Tanner Marty. The only battle up towards front I see is that 83 and the 15. They're kind of on each other here, trying their best to be able to make that work. But they're the only two that I see not trying to join the snake. That snake is really starting to pull away from him, actually.
Indeed here. It's been an impressive season for Miller when he's kept it clean, though, I will say. That's the thing, he has been snake bit. And that's not pun intended there. it's every time Miller's been in contention for a win, he's ended with the car on the record.
Yeah.
Today, he's been just overcoming penalties, no wrecks.
Yeah, and he's done a great job of getting back through the field. I mean, look at where he's sitting. He's just sitting outside top 5. He's in a great spot. I mean, he has a real chance to get back up through this field and actually do something here with that 15 car. If he's able to somehow work the strategy just right here at the end of this thing, I mean, I don't know. I think that what these leaders are doing is good in 2 ways. It helps tires, but it also makes the distance longer, which means you're burning more fuel. And even if it's microscopic amount of gas you're saving, or burning up, the more you burn, the better right now, because you want to pit as soon as the gate opens. And yeah, sure, it might take a little more time to fill up the gas tank, but not by much, and I think you'll gain more by being able to pit a lap sooner or 2 laps sooner. You want to be able to do it as much as possible. You just got to be able to come down when the gates open. I don't know when that moment is. Can we take a look at that thing I like to look at, the stints right now, just to see what the leader's at? Last time we checked, he was at 25. He's at 38. So if he can make it this far, that means that we're going to start seeing some pit stops within the next 5-6 laps, I think. I don't think that we're going to see people stay out much longer. 34, 35, man, these guys are going to definitely need to start thinking about coming down pit lane in the next handful of laps.
And we've seen a lot of these drivers have been handling pit road very efficiently in terms of entry points. Expecting the same to be the case here. Heitman now pulls up 7/10 up in the race lead as they run at the moment.
That 76 is fast.
Yeah, he is just able to keep that cushion. The draft seems to be keeping them close together here, Kirk. But Heitman's just fast in general in terms of raw speed right now.
You're right. I mean, the only 2 cars I think actually had what I call speed, like actual speed, is that 15 car in that 76 car. Sure, Delaney, Dyson, Hutchinson, they got some, they're in good position. Same thing with Benefield. But let me just tell you right now, that they are, I mean, it just looks on track faster. Oh, hang on to it, Delaney. Delaney's loose. I mean, he clipped the apron again, and that's just going to slow him up. I think Dyson might want to make a move here. If he's able to get by that 6 car, I mean, it's only going to help him. So think about it now. So it's 41 to go, 40 to go. Heitman has now been out there when he crosses the stripe for 40 laps, and he has 40 laps to go in the race. He ran his fastest lap not more than 5 laps ago. So with that in mind, pitting right now cannot hurt. I don't see that being a negative at all. Pitting this lap might be the one to do. I don't know. He's going to stay out for a little longer, but I don't know, man. I would have came in the moment that I saw that we can make it on gas. You know, that's it. But then again, I might not know what I'm talking about. We're going to find out. But yeah, I mean, staying out late, I don't know. You want to be able to say, yeah, I can make it to the end on tires. If a caution comes out, I'll cycle to the front because everybody else has to come down for gas. And I know that 5-lap fresher tires is better. And 5-lap older tires is making you pull away from everybody else. I mean, that should tell you the whole story.
Yeah, that is wild with this, even with this new package, but just showcases how this track dynamic works around here at Pocono. Dyson still keeping lockstep, mind you, in the 3rd spot with all this. See him just trying to back up the corners, a little bit weeble wobbly. Coming out of the corners, he sparks things up a touch. And now we're definitely in the window. Green light on fuel the rest of the way.
I mean, I really think pitting right now is going to be your best bet. It's going to be the only option you really have if you can. Right now, Heitman's faster than everybody else. That's good and all. But say a caution were to come out and someone in the back pitted already, someone who's fast. For example, like what if we had, like, say, somebody who could hold their own? We saw DeCiani. He won a second stage today. He was fast. If DeCiani chooses to pit right now, and then he's the only one who's on fresh tires, and he comes out after a caution, he's going straight to the front. Even if it goes long, he's going to have faster lap times than everybody else because he's going to have the freshest tires. He's just going to be that much fast. See, here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about. Here comes the 8 and the 6. Both of them are going to benefit from this more than Heitman. Heitman's going to stay out long.
Mind you, he's limited on how long he can actually stay with the fuel limit. Sean O'Brien Jr. is also peeled on down, mind you, to join these drivers. So the pit window is active and open. As these drivers attempt the undercut. Will we see 4 tires or 2? Should see 4 in theory, with the amount of fuel needed to make it to the end on the race. And the answer is going to be yes. 4 tires of fuel, they're in sync.
Yeah, it was interesting. We saw the 8 car drop the jack faster than the 6, but the 6 raised their left sides faster than the 8. I don't understand that. That shouldn't happen, you know, because the 8 was faster. And then, like, that pit road times, I don't understand. More cars coming down. Take a look. I think that we saw Matthew Long. Heitman is the only car that is, you know, choosing to stay out longer. I don't know what his plan is here. It was his race to win. I mean, I would have came down as soon as I saw the O2 come down. Even a lap later would save you a half a second or something. So, considering he had 7/10 on the rest of them, I don't see a benefit to staying out this long.
Just maybe hoping there isn't a caution flag might be the viewpoint, because each time there's been this point of a strategy, we've seen a caution, not sure. But then again, now it's cycling behind them. More drivers are calling for pit stops over the radio. Looks like we are seeing the Conti cars come on in. Robert Miller just ducked on into the pit cone this time. Cam Stone just about sped on pit entry.
Very close. All of them had to slam on the brakes to avoid that. But a lot of cars coming down pit road trying to get some service. I mean, at this point, you got. I don't know if you made your bed yet. I mean, these lead cars, Pearson, Truex, Heitman, White, man, they're in a special little zone. I don't know. We haven't seen it all day. We haven't had a long green flag run. So maybe it will work out for them. Maybe it won't. But even if there is a caution, then you got to see it as, you know, 71, Truex coming down. If there was no caution at all, is it going to be beneficial to have 5 lap fresher tires? From what we saw, here we go. Heitman's coming in. Heitman's coming in after about 4 laps compared to his competition. We'll see how well that works out. There goes Pearson coming down, Truex coming down, and it looks like Matt White is going to take over the lead now. And he's going to bring Mesnard with him to stay out. And Williams is going to come down as well. More and more cars going to stay out. I don't see any benefit to it all. You really had to pit early. We'll see if that 76 pulls out with the 6 and the other car, the 8 car of Ralph Hutchinson. But those are his main competition right now. Yeah, they were nose to tail, and they're close enough to where I think that those would be the cars we want to focus on. All right, so we see him. He's going to come out of the pit lane. Let's see where that 6 car is. Where's that 6 at? There he is. All right, he's heading down the straightaway. I don't know if he's going to beat it. I don't know. He might. Let's see. Not even. Yeah, barely. Holy cow. Is that 76 going to be able to hang on to it? It looks like he will. Dyson is all over his rear bumper, though. I don't think this is over. Here comes Dyson. He knows how important clean air is. He's going to have to block. He's going to have to do whatever it takes to hang on to that lead. He cannot give it up.
And he does give it up. Heitman with the spot. Heitman holds on to what is the net race lead. Blaney now cycle to 3rd.
That 76 is fast. He's in a good position, man. All right, he got exactly what he needed. He was within a 1/10 of a second on pit road from being 2nd place. I mean, it timed it just right. And that 76 with a few lap fresher tires than everybody else, I mean, it's only to his benefit. We saw him with 5 lap older tires run faster than everybody else. With that in mind, I think that we're going to continue to see something like that, as Mesnard is our current leader, 34 to go. He's going to need to pit at some point. Same thing with Cole Macheski. You're seeing in the 88. He got involved in an incident earlier today. You can see them both there on the straightaway. Chris Davis, another car involved in the incident. That's the 88 there, Cole Macheski we're looking at. But behind him, we got Chris Davis, Bobby Anderson, Tanner Marty, Daniel Llewellyn, Brandon Hastings. These guys all need to come down. Hastings just came down pit road this time, so he's going to be cycled through. Llewellyn. Top 6 are all currently going to need to come down pit road one more time for the end of this thing. We got 33 laps to go. We'll see if it works out for him. But up front, again, the real battle for the lead is going to be between Heitman and Dyson. Heitman just got on by, and so he's up to 7th, but he's going to have the eventual race lead once it's all said and done.
It's looking really good for Heitman to be able to win this race, be able to notch a victory under his belt. But all of this as well, see some of the others rolling the dice still. Mind you, it's 17 laps of the run for Davis, for Anderson. The interesting thing for some of these teams that are stretching it here like these two, they can still go until about under 20 laps to go. And that may see some people elect to come down and pit by that point. If they stay out and it plays out the way they're hoping, this might work out for them. But they would need a caution right before they need a pit.
Yeah, it's so sketchy. I mean, Llewellyn, you see Marty, he's coming down. He had 18 laps on his last set of tires. He knows he's not going to be able to make it on gas. I mean, you would have to be super saving. Davis, Anderson, Llewellyn, you would have to be on ultra save mode to even think about making it this far. The leader of the race barely made it 41 with 3 or 4 cautions. So with that in mind, think about it as we go on, that's going to be the number to look for. And if they do stay out any longer, it's going to be more like a 50-lap run. So it's going to look more and more impossible. So we got a side-by-side battle here. This is going to be for the eventual, looks like, top 5 position here. Side-by-side, Hutchinson just does not have a run. Matthew Long's pushing. You can see Hoffman straight on through. Adam Benefield behind them, trying to find a hole to get his way through. They might be 3 wide if that 92 doesn't get a good enough run on the exit. It looks like he's going to hang on to it. And look at that, Matthew Long able to get on by. But hey, that snake, if we can get a zoomed out picture, the front straightaway has now become a little bit of a chain snake. But take a look at Heitman. Heitman right now, he has scooted away. He really has. He's really developed a little bit of a lead over second place. This is going to be for the win. If those cars don't save enough gas, which I don't think they will, they're going to need a lot of help. They're 13, 20, it looks like 27 seconds back, so not necessarily on time. I mean, if they've saved enough every single lap, maybe. It would take a whole lot. But this is going to be what I think the real battle for the win is right here. I don't know who's going to do it, but that 76 is pulling away.
Now on equal tires, that's kind of the speed differential that we were expecting. Mesnard still stretching it. Needs to come in very urgently soon. Remember, involved in some instances, had that connection flag. That's seen him lose so many laps. This is something that would help him make sure he stays at least somewhat competitive the rest of the way here. But right now, just trying to mind his own business. Thomas Komacheski, also amongst those who have taken some spins. These cars up front have had some rough days. As caution
out. Oh my goodness, on the exit of turn number 1, where else? It's Pearson and Hunter Truel, both cars sitting sideways on the exit of turn number 1. I think Truel was had a run on the 60. Oh my gosh, the 62. Sorry, that angle just did not look pretty. Let's take a look and see what the heck happened here. 71 on the outside, 62 on the bottom. Not clear, not clear, not clear, not clear, not clear. And 71, I actually will say, I think 71 could have possibly been up higher, slightly. But the 62, I don't know. I mean, it's a racing incident. It's a racing deal. Let's take a look at that again. You can see 71, he kind of stays. No, that's 62 should have gave him a little more room, I think. I mean, there's nowhere else. I mean, there's a very small pocket of air there. It's very turbulent. I don't think that's anything that had to do with either driver. It's just not enough room for the 62 and the 71 to be there. Oh man, he was there. I mean, what else do you want to say?
Now, this should see most of the field stay out except for those 5 who stayed out. This does not work out. Boy, Davis, Anderson, Llewellyn wanted this to go. Double file restarts. Now set to return, by the way. So this should get us to the end on fuel and tires. Likely going to not see anybody else peel down the rest of the way here with how the track positions work today. It's now about survival at the fittest, Kirk. It's going to be important to make sure you stay without any trouble the rest of the way now.
Yeah, you can't do what we just saw. I mean, these guys though, there is a chance, and I'm not saying this is the right thing to do, but if you're the 88 at Kulmacheski, if you're the 74, if you're the 5, if you're Llewellyn even, these guys, they won't have a chance to get a top 10 if they pit right now. It will take a miracle to get a top 10. But we know Mesnard has to pit. But those three, if they start saving gas and they save hard, like really hard, and they get a lot of cautions, staying out and making it is not out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, you got to think about it. Do you want to have a chance or no chance at all? I think they're going to come down either way, though. It's really difficult to say that they can make it. So, yeah, it's not going to be worth it. They're all coming down, I think, is the right choice. But, oh, somebody stayed out. Who's that? Is that somebody with the same strat? We'll have to look, find out. Nope. It looks like it was Medeiros, who's already 3 laps down. So that was not the one. So with that in mind, folks, let's take a look at this again. You see the 88, Kulmacheski heading down into the pit lane. I wonder what this was about. Anything happened? I don't think anything happened, did it?
You're not sure.
Yeah, odd moment there. That's to say the least. Let's see. Did something happen?
I think it's just a fake out.
Oh, okay. That was a little close, don't you think? I don't know why he'd do that, because there's no reason to pit. They're just doing that to screw with each other, I think. I mean, there's no benefit to pitting right now. None. And if you're like Heitman and Dyson, who should not be doing that.
And now we see them pace around here and plan. Again, one of the drivers in contention here is Robert Miller. Let's see if we can talk with Miller about his perspective here. He's amongst those in the top 5. Robert Miller, do you have a copy?
I got you.
Robert, how would you describe the night so far, as you've had good speed, it seems?
What was that sound, Robert? My goodness. Are you all right, buddy?
It's an I don't know sound.
I got you.
How come you don't know?
Because it's either wreck festing or it's everybody runs a single file because dirty air's so bad.
Facts.
So I don't know. That's the answer to your question. Yes.
So Robert, you came back from adversity. You got that penalty. Tell me, how hard was it to get through the field to get back here into the top 10 to be able to try and compete for a win here today?
Well, with Pocono, you treat it like a road course, so the first one who pits has an advantage of be able to stay out because there's no fall off, absolutely zero fall off. So if you pit early, you don't have to pit for a caution.
Exactly right. That's exactly what we were talking about up here. Man, I wish you the best of luck on this here restart, Robert. Man, you showed a lot of speed, and we want to see you do well. Try and go out there and try to get the win for us. Okay, buddy?
Thank you.
You got it.
Robert Miller from Altus getting ready for the restart. Starts outside. It'll be in row 2 alongside Jonathan Delaney. Dyson Heitman on the front row. Hutchison and Hoffman in row 3. Benefield and Lawn, Stone and DeCiani. The who's who of names up there. Of note, Matt White has been involved in a couple incidents here tonight. Up to 11th again in his car. So, gonna be another chance for some wildness here with the double file. We'll see if everyone behaves here, Kirk.
I think I'm surprised that the race controllers chose to go single file, double file, single file, double file. Just make a decision. Pick one. Which one do you want? I mean, it's a little sketchy based on like the style of how it goes. I understand it's based on the competitiveness of the drivers and how safe they're running, but we've seen a lot of cautions here today. Just pick one. Either way, a lot of these cars are out here. Some of them might be near that incident limit. Justin, I don't know. I mean, he said it exactly right. Dirty air. You cannot pass. You really got to do something out of the ordinary to either burn up your tires or move a car out of the way to really make any moves. So that 15 car is trying to get his first win of the year. So is the 76. He's had the fastest lap. 76 has been the fastest guy out there all day. He's got 25 laps to be able to prove that he belongs in the full-length Cup Challenge as a winner. Pace car is going to dive in the pit road. Let's see how well he does.
Green flag is out. Back underway. Clean launch again for Heitman as he goes full snake. And Now, some people elect to follow off the start. Others do not. Dyson tries to hold on to second with that move. Instead, Miller's going for the lead. He goes around the outside. Can he keep it there? Here we scrape the wall with several drivers nearly following him up with the arrow.
Whoa.
But it's Miller who's got the power. Heitman who's got the side draft to pull him back.
Oh, it's going to be a good battle for this lead. They both want that first win so bad, side by side through the tunnel, and it's going to be tight off the corner. They ain't going to do it. What a crash! The 8 car spins off the turn number 2, and he collects Cameron Stone. That's the 4 car DeCiani involved. That's Ralph Hutchinson around Cameron Stone. That 57 has gone around 3 times today. But guess what? In terms of the lead, it's Heitman. Hangs on to it. So that 76 is going to have the best advantage he needs, and right now that 15 car is fast. We saw Blanche really well in that last restart. For the win, it's going to be wild, but let's take a look. Oh, I think that may have been a little bit of a loose car for Adam Benefield there. I mean, I don't know. Let's take a look at that. Let's get on board with that 83. I think that'll show us everything we need to see right here. Adam, let's see what happened, buddy.
Has the run. Then
looks fine. No problems yet. Oh, he got tight and he had to let off and he tapped the 8 car, sent him around. Oh man, I guarantee you that's going to be interesting to look at after this race. I'm sure that there might be some arguments in the voice chat after this race. I mean, the 8 car had a good race going, but just unfortunate positioning. And it looks like it's going to cost him a little bit. But let's talk about something that I think is actually really cool. We got a car right here that has been almost a lap down twice. The 81 of Brandon Hastings. I got to mention this while we're looking here at this wreck. That 81 car, he is actually going to be just outside of top 10. He's sitting 11th. That car's, he's going to be fast. He made it through the wreck, too. So you're going to see outside the front of his windshield what he saw. Let's ride on board with him. Hastings here. Trying to get on through. Goes into the corner. And right in front of him, lo and behold, he doesn't see it coming. And then they wreck down low, and he just stays high. And, he turned William Owens. Little slight contact there. I think Owens is going to have a little bit of front-end damage. Not something he'd like to see. Let's take a look at the Owens, see how bad the damage is. Did he have to come down pit road? He did. He had a penalty. He had to come down and take tires. Oh, you hate to see it for Owens. He had such a good run today, and he was doing so good. He just got a little bit of right front damage, it looks like.
Yeah, let's
take a look at that again. Oh, hey, I don't know about that one. Can we look a little higher? Is there a blimp cam of that? I mean, if we can look from the blimp. If we can look higher, that might give us the whole story. We might want to look at that from a higher angle. Not that way. I mean, it's not really going to show much. I mean, we got to get higher.
That part I don't think had to happen in terms of the incident.
Oh, here we go. This will show us right here. This will show us everything. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if it should happen either, but let's see. Did he check up? He lifted for the caution. And I think that because he lifted for the caution, the 81 wasn't expecting it and just made slight contact, sent him up into the wall. And, oh, man, you hate to see it for Owens. He was fast.
So, under yellow and 30 Monstros having to take some lengthy time down pit road. The Wallen has had a technical issue that's seen them fall off the grid. A couple drivers did pit. Matt DeCiani pit for 53 seconds after the incident, but 50 seconds for Matthew Long, Chris Davis, Sean O'Brien, Cameron Stone also pit for damage repair. So a lot of people having to get repairs done this caution period. Now, once those up at the front here in the conversation is one of the Dirty Self cars. It's going to be right behind these two you see on screen. Let's see if we get a quick word with Andrew Dyson. Andrew Dyson, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys. Hang on.
Doing good. How are you doing in this car?
Well, I'm going okay. I think, I mean, really, I don't really have anything to joke. I mean, maybe if I had some clean air, I could maintain it, the lead, but I think I'd be fighting for it. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to throw everything I got at it here. Both these guys, Both these guys haven't won a race, so they really want it bad. But I'll see what I can do.
How difficult has it been trying to get a pass set up in this field here tonight?
Man, to be honest, I've tried one proper pass tonight, and it was on Derek, and I completely stuffed it up. And Derek got way out of it to save us crashing, or to save me crashing him, really. So I haven't really tried to pass anyone since then. I've just sort of played it safe and played it chill. But if you're going to try and win a race, now's the time you got to try and make some moves. So I don't know, man. It's tough, but I'll try to do something.
All right, man. Best of luck to you, Andrew.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing the broadcast.
Oh, as always, man. Wish you the best of luck. Good luck.
Thank you, man.
Dyson setting up in row 2. And again, it's been difficult to pass. Miller's been one of the drivers able to do something, though, but he's now having to do this from the inside line. And now this is going to make things even more difficult for him. Heitman's been really good up high. It's usually gone straight to the snake. Can Miller take that away from him?
Oh, man. He's in a position now where he's going to have to enter the turn 1 on the bottom. I think the run's going to come from the top. It's going to be the 6 car at 83. Somebody's going to go to the top. You got to get up on the outside if you're going to be able to have a good run enough to be able to try and compete with Heitman. But Heitman doing the right thing, starting on the outside line. He's trying to block it off. Pace car's going to dive it in. Here we go. 21 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. 76. Big old jump just like that. 6 car. It's going to be even with the 15 as they head down in the 1. You can see that bottom lane all choking up together, trying to make that inside line work, and they're going to be side by side in the 1 for second.
And Miller sends it deep, pulls
Smart.
off the slider, and kind of had to do that to be able to make sure he got the spot.
Yeah,
No way to
absolutely.
trap, no snake as he avoids Dyson.
All right, now the 15's got to be in mentality of where can I find clean air? I need to find it somewhere. I need to be able to use it because right now we do not want that 76 getting away. But 76, think about this. He just don't bother me. Don't even look at me. Pretend I ain't here. Don't just let me scoot away. I'll be happy about that. So he's trying to get this win. He wants his first win of the season so bad, that 76. He's been fast week after week after week, and it is probably going to be his time if he's able to hang on for just 20 more laps. I don't know, man. We saw the 6 car. He had a little bit of a rough turn 1. He dropped back behind Dyson just like that. Now he's going to fall to Adam Benefield into turn number 1 just like that. Oh, man. It's just that 6 car doesn't seem to have a lot of speed ever since he got rear-ended on one of those single ball restarts. Contact. Around they go. 3 cars. It's the 92. Clayton Hoffman, the 6 car of Delaney, and the 83 of... Oh, my goodness. I got to say, Adam Benefield. You hate to see it. We were just talking about him.
And we're back under yellow again. Another turn 1 issue. Benefield got loose and wiggles up and collects 2 of the faster cars in the field tonight.
Oh, man. You hate to see it. They were all running top 10 speed tonight. Oh, man. They're gonna try to come back from that, but they got a lot of damage to fix and not a lot of time to get it done. So we saw that happen in the tunnel turn a few laps ago. That 83 made contact with another car, and so this might be a second one where they might pin an at-fall at him here. So I don't know. That 83 just got a little loose on the bottom like that again. Try to save it. Overcorrected, collected the 6 and the 92, and hard hits for all 3 of them.
Hard contact, hard hits once again. Take a look one more time. Now it's going to be curious if we end up getting to another point of single file restarts with how things are shaping up late here.
Oh, man. I mean, I doubt they'll go back. I mean, they've pretty much made their bed. It's under 50 laps to go. If you change it now, it kind of eliminates the point. I don't know. But let's take a look here at the new top 10 because that opens the door for a lot of guys who don't normally get top 10s to get top 10s, all right? So let's talk about this. Evan Mesnard, he's sitting in 8th right now. Remember, he came down pit road a handful of laps ago? And take a look who's in 5th. My guy, Brandon Hastings. We talked about him. He got involved in an incident earlier. This on Mr. Hot Times team. That 81 car, taking that up to the GOAT. I love that. That's pretty good, man. He went from crash to top 5, just like that. Who knows? He might even have a chance to win this thing if he gets in the right spot at the right time. But man, what a run for that 81 car. He made it through the chaos, through the carnage, and he is ended up being in the top 5. That's so cool. I'm so happy for that 81 car and his whole team. That's pretty cool. Maybe we should chat with him. I think we have enough time. Let's see. Is he in here? Let's see if we can find him.
Yes, he is.
All right, where is he at? Let's find him.
Yes, he's right here.
Oh, perfect.
Ass.
Whoa.
Hello.
That was a bad time to drag you in for an interview, Brandon. Hey, Brandon. Kirk up here in the booth. Hey, you got a copy?
I guess I do.
Well, now we hear it loud and clear, man. Oh, so tell me, you made it through all the wrecks. You got involved in a lot of incidents here tonight, but you are like taking on the essence of what the Heim time brings to their team, but to you, bringing you here, top 5. How on earth did you do it?
There's a little bit of strategy there, and there's a little bit of perseverance. I don't think I belong here. I won't lie to you. So we'll just see what happens is kind of where I'm going with this.
Did you get all the damage repaired from that front end damage when you got involved in that accident on the exit of 1?
I think given the caution periods, I think before I nudged into Mr. Owens over there, I had 2.9 left. That's what my green flag stop said. So I don't know if I got any from Owens, but I apologize profusely to him as well.
Yeah, we saw that contact earlier. I think it's just a racing deal. He was trying to check up for the caution and just, it was so close. But anyway, man, I got to ask you, Brandon, is there anything you have for these guys in front of you? Is there anything you can do? Anything at all, man?
Not a bit.
Well, I appreciate the honesty. That's the truth of the matter. Man, thanks so much for coming up here and chatting with us before this restart. We wish you the best of luck, and maybe, who knows, maybe some chaos might happen in front of you. We've seen crazier things before.
Top 5 is a dream compared to what I thought I was going to get, so we'll just see what happens.
10-4, man. Best of luck to you, Brandon.
Thank you.
You got it, brother.
Brandon Hastings doing his thing right now. Team Conti Camp. See him getting ready to line up on this restart soon. Under 20 laps in this race. And so, the field getting mixed up. Heitman choosing the top once again. Looks like Owens and Munsto's having to get repairs done. Took an EOL penalty this caution period.
Let's apologize real quick. When we drag someone in here, they might not know they're going to get an interview, so they might be talking to someone else. And whenever they say something, sometimes it may not be what they necessarily want to hear on a big broadcast. So we apologize for the language when we first got him in here. But he's going to try and hang on to a top 5. It's a dream for him. We'll see how he does. But man, we're going to get the green flag with 16 to go, Justin. I can't even tell you. I mean, top 10 is going to be really interesting to see who's going to get what, and to see if any of those cars that got involved in that last incident might be able to run their way through the field. I don't know. But a lot of cars have a lot of speed, and some cars that haven't been up front that much today are now up front, like Mesnard, like White, these guys. I mean, they're in a great position. And Williams, I mean, look at that. Doing really well as well.
Indeed. So getting set to go with 16 laps to go. Heitman, Miller, White, Dyson, Pearson, Hastings, Williams, Mesnard, Truel, and Hodgson. The top 10 still running with about 24 in the main group, 25 if you include Owens, who's yet to catch up to the field. Everybody else is multiple laps down. Can Miller get a side draft down? Looks like the launch is good from Heitman. He has a teammate for Lorenco Camp behind. Matt White times it up and gets the second.
Great restart on that outside line. Matt White moves up, and that 15 car Robert Miller did not get a great start, but he moves up to the top side. He's going to try and get himself a run. He has a little bit of speed here on the exit of turn number 1. He has to lift a little bit because of it. 41's going to be giving him a shot down the straightaway. Look at Hastings there. He's trying to hang on to 5th. More cars trying to swing out, try to find a good place to ride right now. Leader of the race, though, look at that. Derek Heitman trying to hang on for his first win all season. But hey, don't count out second place. White, he's there. Don't think he doesn't have a shot either. Matt White, it's amazing. He started 23rd. He's run up to second. After all day, he's in the right spot. as they are 4 wide in the back of the pack between multiple cars. Holy cow, that is a hornet's nest in the back of the field right now.
And that's got a mixture of different strategies. Some people have pit, some people have gotten repairs, some people that have stayed out in this sequence of restarts. Stoudemont backing up for this corner as Anderson likes to go middle. Offset 3 wide. He had him again with Kowacheski. Now in the top 10 with his moves. DeCiani makes a pass high side on Stone.
Great recovery from that accident we saw him in earlier. Top 10, that's awesome. Good for him. Let's see if he can continue that march to the front. And look who's making a move. Hang on to it, Dustin. Oh, no, he's loose. He saves the race car. Keeps it going straight, no caution. I was about to talk about him, and then he just got loose. Oh, I hate to see it. And Dustin, he was moving up to 11th, but he got loose underneath Cameron. 3 wide still. Take a look at this right here. That's 74 on the bottom. They are 3 wide, but up in the front, they're still trying to, separate themselves. Heitman pulling away. He is feeling probably the best man on the track right now. But look at that. Matthew Long just took the fastest lap away, just like that. So don't think it's over. Other cars are still running quick lap times, and it isn't just Heitman. But still, Heitman is running away from the rest of the field as the entirety of the top 5 is really kind of separated to their own thing. But look who is showing up for the battle for 6th, to the outside of Hastings. It is Nolan Hodson. Hodson, wow. I mean, it's amazing to me to think that we haven't seen him up front all day. He's been back top like 15th, 10th max, and now he's up to the top 6. That's awesome. Great day for the 12 car, showing up when he needs to be. He's a nice guy. He puts on the VR headset, and he's a nice guy.
Yes, indeed. And you see some of the snaking. How about some side-by-side snaking for a moment? Dyson also had a bit of a poke. Now Pearson zips by. He's up to 4th.
Ooh, that's 62. He's fast. All right, this ain't over yet for that 62. We'll see. Good move. Neil, top 5. That's cool, man. Keep it up. Let's see if we can get you to an interview spot. You got 1 more to go. Miller's doing everything he can to try to get back. Oh, we're wrecking Hastings around again. That's going to bring out another caution. I don't know if he made... Long. Matthew... Oh, I think Hastings got loose in front of Matthew Long, and Long made contact with him, and he sideswiped the car. Oh, you hate to see it. He was having such a good comeback, and just accidents happen, man. A little further back, you'll see right here. 81, he's a loose race car right now. That 81, we talked to him. He was like, he did not have any faith that car was going to hang on to it. He goes into the corner. 28 gets to the part of the rear bumper that kind of makes you lose downforce, and it got the 81 loose and spun him out. So that's so unfortunate. You hate to see it, though. A lot of left front toe damage. I think he's going to need to have some repairs done before he can get back out there. But, I mean, Brandon Hastings, really nice guy. I just hate to see that happened to him. That spot where Long is at, if you hang right on that quarter panel, right where he is, it puts the car in the front spot in a terrible spot where you just lose all the downforce and get loose.
And now race control is fighting, or rather, some of the drivers are arguing for. Race control has just said they're going to stay double the rest of the way, if I heard correctly. So, no chance of single files to close it on out, even with the request from Heitman here.
I mean, if you're the leader, of course you want it single file. You don't want to have somebody down to your inside. He's worried sick he's going to lose the lead. I mean, this actually, let's take a look here. So we have been racing here for about 3 hours, just over 3 hours. If we go back and take a look at this for a second, like if we go back to some of our longest races, the Coke 600, I mean, it was like, I think I'll go back and look and check, but I think this is nearing our 2nd longest race of the year.
Yeah, this has been a race. Usually by now we're towards the end, if not finished up in post-race. Not tonight. We're still looking like we're adding up more time. This may go all the way to the top of the hour if we get more caution flags. We are past 3 hours for the race itself, by the way.
Yeah, which is a lot, considering that we also had a 45-minute practice session as well. prior to this. So, I mean, this is actually going to be competing with Circuit of the Americas and another one of the long races we had earlier in the season when you include practice. When you include practice, man, these things get long. For example, when we ran the Coke 600, the longest race of the year, it was with practice 4 hours and 17 minutes. So that's 100 extra. I mean, what was this race? This race is 160 laps, 2.5 miles. I mean, it's not even 400 miles. Well, look at this. I got to do math. Hang on. It might be. Let me see. I think it is a 400 miler, isn't it?
Yes, it's 400 miles.
The 400 miles. It's 200 miles shorter. And we are still like an hour, less than an hour away from being similar to the Coke 600 that we had earlier this year. If we're looking at other races in comparison, another 500-mile race, the FLCC 500 was 3 hours, 55 minutes. I mean, we are nearing those 500-miler races. And this is a 400-miler. Let's talk to Nolan.
I was about to say, too. Nolan Hodgson has been running on his own in his channel here tonight. How are you feeling to the race car here, Nolan, as we come up to the closing stretch?
Honestly, right now, I'm feeling lucky because I don't know what happened. I don't know my game crash or what happened, but it put me a lap down. Luckily, we're at the longest oval lap time in NASCAR, so that only kept me 1 lap down. I got really lucky with the caution, and you know I've been able to move through the field ever since. But I really hope we can get some green flag laps in to finish out this race. It's kind of been a little pacey.
Well, you get to start on the outside here for the upcoming restart. What's the approach now to try and get the job done here and take advantage of track position?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just have to send it, you know, as clean as I can. Obviously, I don't want to be the guy that brings out another caution. So, because that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm really happy with where I'm at, where I've been able to come from a lap down about 20 laps ago. So, I think I'll try to keep what I got and try to maybe grab a couple more spots for the end of the race.
On that note, once you get back to your group, good luck the rest of the way here.
Thank you.
John Hodgson right now restarting 6th.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's a happy guy. Like I always say, he puts on a VR headset and he's a happy guy. We don't have his camera up this week, but man, he's fast. And he's gotten lucky. He had to come back from adversity just as well. You heard it on the radio when he was talking about it. He had some sort of connection issue or something happened. Able to come back and only lose a lap. Come back from that and he's sitting top 5. I mean, top 6, I should say. Great positioning. He has a real chance here to actually get a top 5 out of this. And so we'll see. He's in a good spot. On the outside line, 3rd lane back. You can really make up some time. But look at this. We got Hunter Truex, Mesnard, Kulmacheski, Williams. I mean, these guys, it's so cool to see them up front, but look who's in 3rd.
See the tire stints on screen. Tires haven't mattered all that much. John Delay's the first out of those who pit in recent times, but he was involved in the incident. He's in 13th. Green flag is out, back away. Not a great launch for White. Miller gets bogged down behind him as Heitman now blocks off the bottom.
That actually may have helped a little bit, gave him a little more draft there. So we'll see in the corner how well it sticks. That's 62. Remember, he has the freshest tires out of anybody in front of him. So, I mean, it's not like it's going to make that huge big of a difference. But, I mean, it's going to help him in the long run. They are trying everything they can. Heitman really wants this win. He's doing everything he can. He's going all over this track, from the top to the bottom and back to the top again and right back down to the bottom. He's doing everything he can to hang on to this lead and break up the draft as much as he can. And he's doing a wonderful job at that. I don't know if he's going to be able to hang on all the way to the end, but it looks like he's in a pretty safe spot as he comes back around to get 8 laps to go here for Pocono. Oh, man, 3 wide. You see it right there. Look at that, Mesnard in the middle. 5-car back down.
Moves. There we go.
Oh, you're right.
He'll slice his way on through here. Now Delaney already up to 9th. He was just in the wall moments ago. He's outright flying through this pack right now.
A lot of talent in that 6 car, that's for sure. But I don't think he has enough time to get to the lead, but Heitman doing everything right. He's doing absolutely all he has to do, just no mistakes. No mistakes, drive the car, drive the wheels off the thing, and do everything he can to try and win this race.
Delaney now will try and make an air move. He's got Steven Williams, who's up here again. He's taken several slides for DPR tonight. No issues this time, as most of the field snakes, or attempts to at least, side by side in front. Hodgson and Lawn. They work side by side off of the corner. Lawn quickly trying to make the move as White turns the fastest lap of the race. Doesn't matter with the interval up 3/10.
Wow. Oh my goodness. These guys are really hitting the wall pretty hard there off the corner. I mean, I think that they're just pushing tight in the back of the field. That dirty air really is throwing them for a loop. But take a look at here, that 98 making a move to the bottom of Nolan. Oh, he's tight. Hang on to it. He got a little loose. Hang on to the race car, buddy. He hangs on to it. But you can see, I think the 15 of Robert Miller, he has a little bit more speed, I think, than we saw Matt White have. I think that he's just going to try and get close to that rear bumper. But you see the 41, when he made a move to the back bumper, the 15, he lost a lot of downforce. He dropped back. He couldn't hang on to it. But everybody is just doing the snake now. We got a huge old snake on the front stretch.
Got slap Matthew Lawn. Speed still picking up. Lawn is Amonso's trying to fan out way on the high side to do something. And doing yet. It's like Miller and Dyson this time and spin.
Oh, that'll do it. He'll probably take him out too. That was a lot of incidents for that one car today. Oh man, just not having a fun incident-free night tonight for that one car. Dustin Hall, a lot of rear end damage. You can see the right rear is pretty much killed. I think he's done for the night.
Back under yellow. What happened?
Restart.
Turn one again. Oh, and this time bobbing up the track.
I don't think I've ever seen a FLCC race with this many cautions. I mean, this is like you could mistake the number of cautions today for Martinsville. Like a 500 miler at Martinsville. I mean, it feels like that. I mean, we had a couple long runs here and there, but still just not a great day for cars here. I mean, Dustin, he just got loose. It's a loose racetrack with this new set. Everybody's still trying to learn it. It's still a couple weeks old. I mean, normally it takes some time for them to be able to pick up this new thing, and you can see right there he's loose. He tries to save it. I got to give props to our onboard here. The 97, Lucas Hoytsma, I think that's who we're on board with, did a fantastic job of not getting involved in that. Because the last handful of wrecks we saw, that second place car behind the one that got loose almost always got in the rear bumper and spun him out. That time, that 97, he checked up, let him get loose, and he couldn't save it, the one car. So 97 had nothing to do with that. Great job hanging on to the race car.
Take commercial break. Coming up towards one of the final restarts, if not the final restart of the night. 4 to go here at the FLCC.
You want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
I've carried this weight for so long. Regrets like stones in my chest. Nights when I couldn't breathe. Days when the sun felt cold. Try to push it all away, but the memories don't fade. They cling like shadows in the dark. A constant reminder of what I've done. Just when I'm ready to let go, standing on the edge looking down, I feel something deep inside. Telling me to hold on. Guilt, it in my ear, telling me there's no escape. But there's a flicker, a tiny light, something I haven't seen before. I've been here before, felt this pain, but now there's something different. I sense that maybe, just maybe, I've got more life to live. When I'm on the verge of shutting down, when the weight's too much to bear, I find a light, yeah, a reminder of I'm still here. The past wants to find my days, I'll find a way to keep going. There's more to life than just this pain. I'll rise from the ashes, find my way. Just when I'm ready to let go, stand me to hold on, standing on the edge of hold on. And just when I'm ready to let go, standing on the edge looking down, I feel something deep inside, a small voice telling me to hold on. The guilty whispers in my ear tell me there's no escape, but there's a something deep inside, a small voice telling me to hold on. That hold on, telling me to hold on. It whispers in my ear, telling me there's no escape, but there's a flicker, a tiny light, something I haven't seen before. I've been here before, felt this pain, but now there's something different. I sense that maybe, just maybe, I've got more life to live.
Welcome back for a 2-lap dash to the finish. Derek Heitman up front. He's led the most laps tonight. We've had 20 cautions here at Pocono. 20. It's like the paperclip, but triangle shaped.
Absolutely. You know, if you just bend the two pieces of metal up, it could turn into a little triangle, I guess, if you do that right. Man, 2 laps is it. Derek Heitman has yet to win this season. He's going to do everything he can to hang on to this lead. He needs a good restart to be able to do it. Let's see if we can't see a good angle here of this restart. We got to see who's going to make the move. Is anybody going to be able to? We haven't seen it all day. Only one restart did we see anything happen on a restart like that. Green flag's out. Great jump for Heitman. Heitman's going to scoot away. Do not make any mistakes, man. Just keep pushing that car. You got it. He's got about a half car length, full car length over second place of Matt White, I should say. He's got a little bit of ground to hang on to, but White's going to dive it in deep. He tries to get there, and he's going to push tight, and he's going to go up the hill, and I don't think it's going to work for him. Heitman hangs on to the lead. He's going to try and dive down to break the draft, and it looks like he's going to have the momentum heading into the tunnel turn with 2 laps to go. Who will hang on to it? Top 3 have single filed out, battles for 4th.
See some of the drivers scraping the walls. Hodgson holds on to 6 for now. Miller trying to door Bain with Pearson. That's right now the battle for 4th position right now. Take the white flag. It's a race to the checkered. Can they see the white? White's in hand. White in the air. Final time around here at Pocono. 400 miles comes down to this stretch. Can Heitman hold on for one more lap?
Turn 1 looks good. Looks fine to me. Heitman's going to be able to hang on to the car. Just don't push tight, buddy. Hang on to that car. There you go. Nice exit. Nice exit. Just like that. He's going to come down, break the draft. That's smart. I don't see a run from second. I don't see it coming. It's very small, if any. Heading into the tunnel turn. Heitman hanging on to the bottom, trying to make it work. It looks like he's got it in the bag right here. Battle is for 3rd. But here we go, final corner. Will Derek Heitman hang on and be a first-time winner here this year? Through the final turn here at Pocono, off turn 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a new winner. Crossing the stripe, Derek Heitman will win at Pocono. Oh, that's awesome for him.
Derek Heitman's first of the season. He leads 99 laps of the night. He'll bring the Fortress machine to victory lane. Matt White second. Andrew Dyson rounds out the podium in this race. Heitman had the strategy dialed in all night, and that's why he's up on top. Kirk worked to maximize track position all evening.
Exactly. He knew the game before the game started, which is exactly why he ended up winning this race. He had a fast car too, not going to lie. But let me tell you, he has not won a race in the series with these guys since 2022. It's been a handful of years. He must be elated in that car. And by the way, this makes our 11th different winner. And he was already above the cut line, so it doesn't necessarily affect the battle for the cut line that much, but it locks him into the playoffs. He is going to be racing for a championship.
That's the 11th different driver going to be locked in now for wins in 2025 in the FLCC.
That's amazing.
Just has to finish the celebration here. Looks like everyone's already cleared the racetrack, so he has all the room he wants to be able to burn it on down. So the tricky
burn out. Oh, sorry, I love it, man. I like doing that. That's 76. He burnt. He hit the wall though. He must have had a legal car or something, because he hit that wall trying to bend the rear end back in the right direction. He's fine, of course, but still, man, good for him getting a win tonight. That's awesome.
So Heitman loops it around again. First win of the season. 2025 for the 76 car. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back after this. Race results coming up. You're watching the Full Length Cup Challenge from Pocono.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back to Pocono, where it's not Andrew Dyson who's the race winner. It's Derek Heitman that's able to come up on top in this field. Take the opportunity to look at these drivers and speak with them in the next moments or so here on Maconi Entertainment. Derek Heitman once again takes the checker flag to come away with the victory here in the Pocono Mountains. Matt White second. Andrew Dyson rounds out the top 3 in this field. Neil Pearson and Robert Miller amongst your top 5. Matthew Lawrence finishes in 6th. Nolan Hodgson in 7th. Jonathan Delaney with Stephen Williams, and Bobby Anderson gets a needed top 10.
Finishing in 11th tonight, Evan Mesnard. Great run for him. Matt DeCiani, 12th. 13th, Sean O'Brien Jr. 14th, Cameron Stone coming back from a few accidents there. Adam Benefield got involved in that last incident, came back for a top 15. Hunter Truel, Ralph Hutchinson, Thomas Kulmacheski, Chris Davis, and Tanner Marty round out your top 20.
21st spot goes the way to Clayton Hoffman. Daniel Wallen survives somehow to 22nd. William Owens in 23rd. Hastings and Hall to the top 25. Darrell's, Hoytsmup, Mullins, Taylor, and Brickley, the top 30.
31st to 35th is Sanner, Hill, Menfield, Hunter, and Dodson, all involved in accidents and out of the race early. But now I think it's about time that we start talking to the winner of this here race. Man, that's so cool. Heitman, he's going to come in here and he's going to be with Justin.
Derek Heitman gets his first win of the season here. Derek, how does it feel to now get yourself in the postseason after what's been close all season? Tonight, you get the job done.
Yeah, I just honestly really can't believe it. I haven't won in this league for years. I think since 2022 when I first joined iRacing is the last time I've won in this league. So incredible feeling to be able to run up front practically all night. I really felt like I led almost the entire race. So hats off to Ryko and, you know, our whole team for giving us putting in all the laps, all the hard work in order to give us a setup that's able to it was probably the best Pocono car I've ever driven. So hats off to them. Hats off to the league. I wish we didn't have so many yellows because I really wanted it to go green after pit cycles. I timed my pit stop about as perfect as I possibly could have. I pitted from the lead. I ran a little long, pitted from the lead, and I came out literally right on Dyson's nose on the exit of turn 1. So I knew I hadn't lost the lead from running a little long. I had a little bit better tires, and I mean, the first couple laps on the tires are worth a couple tenths. So I really wish we wouldn't have had that last yellow, or not last yellow, but the one with we got with like I don't even know how many laps to go. I'm sorry, but I'm just glad to finally be up here in the booth with you guys.
So overall, how much have you liked this package so far when it comes to the iRacing service since the update the past couple weeks, now that we've seen things stabilize with you?
Well, I won an IS on Wednesday. I won my league race on Thursday. I finished second in this league last Saturday, and then I end up winning tonight. So I would say that this new package is suiting me pretty well. Either that or I'm ahead of the curve on figuring it out. So, you know, eventually everybody else I'm sure will catch up. I feel like this package is a lot more strategy dependent more than car dependent. It's all about how you position yourself as a driver. So if you can make the right strategy calls and keep track position, it'll treat you well. But at the same time, I don't think that that's going to be the case every single week because, I mean, tonight we had 0 fall off, and for some dumb reason, the cars seem to get faster the longer you stayed on the tires, and I mean, it's just a goofy thing. Last week at Auto Club, it felt like we lost 2 seconds. It felt like we had 2 seconds of fall off in 15 laps. So I mean, this is going to be completely track dependent. It's all going to be who, you know, figures out, you know, the strategy. And I mean, I feel like every track's going to play out differently. So we'll just see what happens and keep our head down and keep moving.
Hey, Derek, I got to ask you, man. Hey, it's your first win of the season. It's been a few years. You must be absolutely over the moon, man. By the way, I just want to be the first to welcome you to the playoffs for the Full Length Cup Challenge. You have a chance to run for a championship. How you feel, man?
Feels great, honestly. I think I just barely missed the playoffs last year. I think it was the first car out. I don't honestly remember. So it feels good to actually be able to race for the playoffs in this league. Unfortunately, round 1 is going to be extremely tough. I don't think anybody is safe in round 1 of the playoffs with those tracks that are on the schedules. So, I mean, now we just got to, I gave away stage points, probably a stage win in stage 2, to get track position for stage 3. So from here on out, I'm definitely going to have to not do that and play the playoff points. Tonight, I just threw stuff away to try to strategize for the win. But from here on out now, I guess I'm strategizing for playoff points. So we'll see if we can keep it rolling, try to get an advantage going into round 1, and hopefully come home with something.
So on that note, anyone you want to give a shout out to here tonight after this run?
God, I think I shouted them out already, but shout out, you guys up here in the booth. You guys do a great job. I mean, this is a fantastic broadcast to watch each and every single week. Like I said, shout out all my team over at Ryko. They did a great job on the setups this week. Even when the track temp was hot, I felt like we were still good. I was a little loose, but it wasn't terrible. It was absolutely manageable. And once we got down here to these temps, I mean, it was exactly how I wanted it. So shout out them. Shout out my teammate Matt. I mean, Matt ran a great race all night. DeCiani, he probably should have been up here with me as well. because he was also we were strategizing with each other. Not every strategy call I made was mine, and vice versa. So we were really helping each other out. Shout out Matt White for coming in clutch and helping me out too at the end of the race there. He's kind of a back end teammate, so it was nice having him to be able to up here. I mean, we got a Ryko 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I mean, shout out that. Robert Miller ran a really good race. Him and I were side by side going into turn 3. When one of those final cautions came out, and I think had he just barely edged me out of the tunnel turn, and had he even had the lead, and that caution would have fell the other way, and this race might have gone a different way, because track position is king here, and he was extremely good off the exit of turn 1. I noticed. I mean, he got such a run out of turn 1, so he had a good car as well. Shout out to John. John raced really good tonight. It's unfortunate. Looks like he got messed up in some stuff. And shout out Bobby for putting on the league. I mean, you guys do a great job every single week. I love giving up my Saturday nights to racing here. I wish we had a couple less yellows, but sounds like we're going to get her cleaned up.
Once again, congratulations on the run here tonight in this one, Derek.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. You guys have a great night.
Derek Hyman coming away with the victory here tonight. Matt White comes away in second. He's with Kirk.
Matt White, man, you had a heck of a car here tonight. You went up through the field, from the back to the front. You started 23rd. You finished second. Tell me, how's it feel, man? You just came one spot short, but man, you must feel absolutely happy to see that run from the back to the front.
Yeah, man. Kirk. First of all, I want to thank Ryko right away for giving me an absolute banger of a setup. But honestly, I mean, it was just, I really didn't even pass anybody, in the back there when things got cycled out. That's where I passed the most. But the last 35 laps or so, other than the restarts, it drove itself. An absolute dominant setup with dominant driver. I'm happy to finish second. Glad to see Derek get a win. It was just crazy.
Yeah. I agree, man. Hey, Matt, was there anything you could have done in those last laps to try and get by him, or was it kind of dependent?
Honestly, if it wasn't Derek, a Ryko teammate, I might have rolled him a little harder, but you pretty much from the start. If you don't clear him into one, you're just pretty much at his mercy. He was just so dominant. I think there was nothing that anybody could have for that 76 car. He was playing. I felt like he was just playing games, pitting early, pitting late, like. Whatever he wanted to do, he could do it. That's how dominant he was in that car.
Yeah, I agree, actually. I agree with you 100%. That was actually a phenomenal run. But, Matt, is there anybody you'd like to shout out for the end of this thing?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I want to thank Victory One and Ryko Performance for putting on a great setup for a car. I did my best there at the end. My dad's watching, so hopefully he sees some success there. And, Virpil Controls, they sponsor my B car, in this league. It takes a lot of work and a lot of people to put these cars on, and, to have some success here is just great.
Well, all right, man. I got to say, thank you so much for coming up here and talking with us, and we're going to see you next week at Atlanta.
Yep, that's the plan, is that this number 10 machine is going to get rolled on the truck and going to Atlanta.
All right, man. Well, best of luck down there. We'll see you there. Good job on second place on the podium tonight.
All right, thank you so much, Kirk. You have a wonderful night.
You do the same. Back to you, Justin.
Matt White coming away in second spot. Third spot going the way of Andrew Dyson. Andrew, how would you describe that run? You were able to get yourself a podium in the end.
Excuse me. Yeah, sorry. I was just getting a refreshment. I caught me by surprise, but it was a pretty interesting finish to the race. A lot of yellows and stuff. So, just wanted to try and stay to the front. Really, I think with all those frequent yellows, it was really sort of hard to do something off the restart. Derek was doing a really good job with them, and for myself, all the Dirty South boys, we were sort of saying, we're going to go for it if we can, but for the most part, it was about just trying to keep ourselves close enough to the front to capitalize on any sort of mistakes if they came. But they didn't come, so had to take what we can get. And third's pretty good. Fourth, fifth, and I think a ninth or something for Bobby as well. So we're all pretty happy.
So what was kind of how that mindset was, or rather, in terms of this type of a race here, how difficult was it to keep in the mindset to try and make moves, but also know you were in a draft luck situation like you were much of the night?
Oh man, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, at some point you've just got to sort of concede that, this is the best I'm going to get unless something goes wrong. So focusing on getting as much clean air as I could was probably key. Not necessarily giving cars behind you dirty air, but there was a little bit in that as well if you sort of wanted to play it that way. That could help you maintain position. But for me, mostly it was just I had to really focus on keeping up more than anything, because if you fell back a little bit, by sort of getting sucked into some dirty air and having a bad run off a corner and you fell back, got in a battle with someone, you just lose the leaders and then you can get swallowed by the pack. So my mindset was definitely just trying to do the best I could to hang on and see if I could capitalize on mistakes, like I said, but that didn't come, so all good.
Your approach coming up for Atlanta, or rather, should I say, Echo Park Speedway?
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a tough one from things I've heard and read. So, yeah, I mean, let's see what happens when we get there. But we were talking about that race actually during this race, during a couple of those cautions, and I think we're probably going to have the same mindset when we go there. If we can't really find ourselves up towards the front, then we're just going to sort of cruise around and play the survival game and see what we can do at the end of the race.
Any shout you'd like to give after this run tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Big shout out Bobby, all the crew, Bryson for race controlling these races for us, all you guys for doing the broadcast. Rocco set was pretty hot tonight. I probably didn't drive it the best. Obviously, I didn't win, so Derek did. He did a great job. Congrats to him, and congrats to Matt as well.
Congratulations once again on the run.
Thanks, guys.
Andrew Dyson rounds the top three. I think our top three for Speedways during post-race coverage here on Maconi Entertainment. Next race, as mentioned, we go to what was Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's now officially called Echo Park Speedway, Kirk. Super Speedway Racing, and it's the start of the in-season tournament.
Oh, it's going to be exciting. I have no idea how we're going to do, but earlier in the spring when we had the race there, we saw Nolan Hodson come back and win the thing, and I got to tell you, that was a crazy finish, and I don't anticipate anything less for this week when we come back here in Atlanta here on June 28th, 8:25 Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys all come on down and join us for that. But tonight we had one heck of a race here from Pocono. A lot of cautions. Felt like a Martinsville race, but when it came down to the end, we have our 11th different winner on the season, Derek Hyman. I cannot believe what we just saw.
We'll see what happens next time out. We'd like to thank you for tuning in for tonight's coverage of the FLCC. Got the action tonight myself, Justin Prince, alongside Kirk Mills with DJ Line producing. Thanks to our viewers for watching tonight's racing action. I hope you stay tuned to our social media pages for our next race. Thanks to the entire staff for their work in bringing this racing to you. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you next time.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.